Can I intro?
We should be live now.
No, you cannot. Yes, people, we're back. It's been so long. I feel like it's been ages since we did a stream or even did a video because we've been really fucking lazy throughout the international break. We've been really lazy. But listen, City are back in the weekend and we'll be back on the grind. Plenty of videos. Myself, Joe, Dara here for a England versus Poland watch along. Self and Dara obviously Irish, so we don't have any stake in the game. But we got our English brother.
I hope they get fucking creamed.
Nah.
Personally.
Listen, what do you think of the overlay, Renners? White and red for the English tonight. If you like, also before we start talking about the game, the lineup, the little fucking bar across the bottom of the screen with all your names on it. That's sick. That's sick. Big up, Joe. When more people come in to the chat, hopefully at some stage throughout the game, we'll promote that more. Give other people an opportunity to get their names down below. Lads, let's talk about this starting lineup first of all, because I think as City fans, obviously we're a City channel, we do have some actual stake in this game. We may not be English fans, myself and you, Dara. I don't know about you, Joe, but listen, in the starting 11, we have Walker, we have Stones, we have Foden, and we have Sterling. Are we nervous that they could pick up an injury? Chat to me.
Well, there's every chance. I'm pretty sure Sterling started every game, so is Stones. So,
listen, I'm fucking shitting myself that we get an injury. We're coming into serious time.
Am I back? I was cutting in and out.
Renners doesn't like the red colour. Listen, we're just being inclusive. If England fans want to come in and chat to us, that's okay.
We don't like the red colour either, but it's England, so kind of had to.
Come on, City.
Come on, City.
On the bed.
Renners, how are you feeling about? Obviously, I know you don't like England, but the City players playing. Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting a good game. Obviously, Lewandowski's not available for Poland, is he? And he's not available for Bayern either for the last 16 or the quarterfinals.
Now, I tell you what, right? If that means that Bayern don't go through and we end up getting PSG,
chilling. Yeah.
This could make our lives a lot easier, you know.
It could, because the thing is, I know they have a lot of very good players, Bayern, but he kind of is the fucking man, isn't he?
If they don't have him, right? Obviously they have goal scorers, but they don't have a 40 goal a season striker up to 40, whatever he gets. Like, he gets a ridiculous amount of goals a season, and he's not up top for them.
Who replaces him? Choupo-Moting, is that his name?
Probably Choupo-Moting.
They might play a winger as striker. They might play a winger as striker.
Gnabry, probably.
Madness. It suits us good. It could fuck our season up. What are you on about, Renners? An injury?
No, he means our injury. He means if we get injured here.
Yeah. No, it definitely could. Listen, like if any of these four guys, Walker, Stones, Foden, Sterling, get a proper injury, it could be very damaging. So listen, I'm sitting here in a position where I couldn't give a flying fuck what the final score is. Just once our boys get through nice and safely, no niggles, no problems. You know, and it's a successful evening on our front, if you ask me. Joe, anyway, from an England perspective, I know you're not the biggest fan because of Southgate and all that kind of stuff, but obviously you want them to win and you want them to go as far as possible. How are you feeling about this game?
We should be winning, regardless of Lewandowski or not. We should have been winning. So I'm not looking forward to it because we play boring football, but what can you do?
What can you do, exactly?
Is it going to be a double pivot or a 5-back?
Double pivot. It'll be Rice and Phillips in the midfield with the back four.
I might say to mute my mic now.
Yeah.
Right. Give me 1 sec, people.
Joe, will you link the chat in the thing? I don't want it to keep listen to a fucking Snapchat message, a dirty pig.
I will link
just
the
link
chat
it in
now,
the chat.
Dara.
Yeah, if you don't mind, thanks.
So
I can't believe we've got Joe in here. We've got Joe in for the special England day. I was almost not going to make it. Fun fact for you.
International football should be cancelled. The football level is crap. I mean, it should have been cancelled this season with what's going on. There's no reason for it to continue.
Especially friendly games, man. Like Ireland last night against Qatar. Absolutely no fucking need for Ireland.
No point in friendlies.
Friendly. Yeah?
What?
Hit like on the stream, anyone who's out there watching this. We're nearly at 160 subs. So I suppose you could say we're kind of a big deal now. You know what I mean? We're kind of...
We are massive.
It's like, you know, we're doing pretty well, you know.
We're
Yeah,
doing
right.
well for ourselves, basically.
Considering we put up one video in this entire international break and we've gone up by 8 subscribers.
You know what I mean? You know
Different
what I mean?
fucking gravy, man. Different fucking
Uh,
gravy.
No reason for it at all. Who cares? I don't. I'm with you, Rendog. I'm with you.
Not
How have
many
you been,
people care.
Renners? We've not heard much from you because of the international break. How's things been with you? How's the young lad? Is he missing City?
He wants us to upload a video.
Yeah, you were saying that. Then.
We're gonna.
You might have your.
Sorry, go on.
I say you might have his wish granted later.
Yeah, I was about to say after this stream, Renners, we're recording a video for Aguero. We're gonna do a video specifically on Aguero. Remember, bear in mind, I don't know did anybody else do it, but we definitely did a video about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe saying, "Is it the end?" on Aguero. We talked a little bit about life post Aguero, but we're gonna do a video talk maybe about some of his memories, and so on and so forth. So if you have any specific topics you'd like us to cover on the Aguero video, feel free to shoot them into the chat, and we will incorporate them.
There's a very underrated goal he scored that I hear fuck all about anymore, right? Do you remember no, fuck that. Everyone remembers that. The 4-1 against United. Remember he scored the first goal, his back was the goal. He kind of pretty much bicycle kicked it.
I actually don't, to be honest.
Right, we beat them 4-1 at the start of 13 and 14, right? Ball came in, Aguero was like, he has his back to goal. He kind of just volleys it and it goes in. It's an unreal goal.
Yeah, he's a clinical bastard. Aguero. See, hang on, I'll read this first. But I don't get club football. Other fans hate each other, and during England they are all best mates. That's something that I've always found very strange about England. Anyway, how you can absolutely hate all the other teams you play against every week, then all of a sudden, because the national team are playing in Wembley, you're all best mates drinking pints together. I suppose we don't get that in Ireland because everyone supports.
No League of Ireland no League of Ireland players play for fucking
exactly
the Republic.
Exactly.
But I tell you what, right? Have you ever seen? Do you know HITC?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a fan view before where he interviewed people from Arsenal Fan TV, and he said to them how painful is it going to be watching the World Cup this year now with Harry Kane and all them lot playing, because Ali would be playing then, Kane would have been playing then. You know, it was, and they were just like, oh, they said they'd celebrate, but they'd celebrate through their teeth, basically.
Yeah, like that must be strange, definitely for Arsenal fans when
you have to
really, and you hate Tottenham and their fucking best player scoring your goals.
That's why we never win anything, because there's lots of Spurs players.
Nice.
Renners Jr. as City Extra call him. He's buzzing. He's off school for Easter. He's gone to grandma's for 2 weeks. Ah, lovely. He's off for Easter, just like myself and Dara. Happy days.
Yeah.
What channel are England on? Oh, here we go.
ITV for me, so it'll be Virgin for you, I think.
Woo! How is Krakowiak still getting this game?
See, I hope we're not going to have to sync up. Dara, you might be ahead because you're watching on the telly. Oh, God. Might be ahead because you're watching on the telly.
I'm watching it through Sky Go, so Hugh might be ahead of me again.
I'm watching the Sky Go.
I'm watching it on ITV app, so...
God save our gracious Hugh.
Let me whack it on Sky Go. Let me whack it on Sky Go. Hopefully it will be the same then.
Long live our noble Hugh.
I'd put my hand on the badge, but I'm wearing the new Germany kit. That'd be wrong.
Show the people the Germany kit. I actually bought it myself as well. Show them the back.
Show them the back. 21.
Show them your back. Show them your back.
Stop booing, Dara.
What do we think? Lads, if you're watching the stream now, rate Joe's Germany away kit out of 10. Give it a rating out of 10. See what we think.
Yeah.
You can't see. Hang on. Yeah. You can. Yeah. Bit of Gundogan. Mr. Whippy. 21. He's 21 for Germany, obviously, which is really weird.
Calvin Phillips is small, isn't he?
Nice.
Calvin Phillips is not small.
Oh, Renner says I can never wear a German kit. That's the beef between the English and the Germans. Renner, is that based off?
It was just too nice to ignore. It was too nice to ignore.
Big up Germany, big up England. We love everyone.
And the kids stand
Renners, bear in mind, he bought it anyway. I'm Irish. I can buy Germany kits if I want, but he bought it for Gundo, right? Not for Germany.
I couldn't give a shit about Germany.
That's
Do you
the
think
only
he
way I
wears-
can spin it off to not make you look bad,
Here's
Joe.
what for you. Do you think he wears number 21 because David Silva or
Oh,
and he just
no.
loves him?
No.
no.
But he had the choice of any other number.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Basically, he didn't have number 8, so he just clearly like, give me whatever then.
I know he went. I know I love David Silva. Give me his number now, or else I'll batter you.
He did not go to the national team in Germany and say, I want David Silva's number. They'd all be like, you're such a loser.
He probably went, I went number 8, and then Tony Cruz went, nailed on. It's my number. And he went, all right.
And if he says you're such a loser, you go, mate, highest scorer midfielder in Europe this season. Fuck yourself. Take the number 8.
And they go, I don't care, you are not the number 8. That's what they say.
Oh, dear. Well, this is
Oh,
quickly
dear.
taking a turn. We first had 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup, and now we've ended up in.
Duda.
We've said, not there. Oh, Sam Johnson's on the bench.
Harry Kane. He's a big boy, Kane.
We're
isn't he?
about to
See
kick
that
off, I
actually,
think.
City, it's been said now on the Twitter, on the old Bird app, that if City can't get a hold of Haaland, Kane's next in line.
Look, it's one or the other. Like, you know what I mean? I am happy with either of them, but I prefer Haaland.
Are we about
Yeah,
to take the
fact,
knee?
man. Yeah.
Are we about to take the knee?
Renners, chat to me, bro. The Grealish rumors are heating up. Have you guys seen that, Joe, Dara? You seen that?
I'd fucking love him, but 100 million is too much. Oh,
Poland
dear.
didn't take the knee. They are holding on to the respect badge, though. And we're off.
Is he frozen for you as well?
He is also frozen for me, but we're off. We're on the way at Wembley.
Right. I'm going to have to get you to pause it because I am not kicked off yet.
Right. You, what time? Are you? I'm
No,
on 20
pause
seconds.
pause it when your scoreboard comes up, will it?
I'm on 20 seconds.
All right, well, will you pause it then and I'll sync up when I'm there?
I've paused it. I'm on 20 seconds.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Go!
Yep. Sure. There we go.
Is he proper frozen?
He's
Just
frozen.
Me and you.
Technical issues. He's putting our Discord to us too. Technical issues.
Bear with.
So it's just me and Dara.
Oh my god, John Stone's at the skill and 2 fuckers. Get in.
What second do
He's
you
big, he's somewhere. 53, 54, 55.
want? I'm a
56.
second out, so it's not too bad. Bear with it.
When he comes back, I'm gonna go down and get a cup of tea because I want to show off my mug.
All right. I mean, you can leave if you want. I'll hold out on my own.
No,
BRB
don't do
it. BRB got my old man ringing. It's all right, Renners, take your time. It's fairly boring. It's only England. I wouldn't blame you either.
It's a tree, man. Look how deep Royce is. But then again, look how far forward John Stones is going, or Ben Chilwell is going.
Exactly. I mean, John Stones is practically a striker. He's gone. Well,
He'll be back.
technical issues. Dara's half in his camera. You can see the top of his head.
Is it the sexy half, or is it?
You can see the top of the head. You can see the skin fade.
Oh, you can see the skin. Okay.
Hugh will be back at some point. As for now,
I'm putting on a hoodie. Don't think I've left.
there's not much I can do about it.
Oh yeah, just so we're clear, right? I'm showing off the t-shirt. It's fucking beautiful. I paid 13 quid for it on ASOS. Or not ASOS, sorry, Boohoo, man. Death Row Record. Some lads. I've killed Biggie and Tupac, but it's fine. Foden season, like their Instagram post. So if you're watching, thank you. Any input on that, Joe?
No. Oh. No
Say
input.
thanks.
Try not to
Great.
speak. Try not to speak. Sort the timer out.
Yeah, anyone with season in your name. Top tier lads. John, paid later, right? And I have -€6 on my bank account currently. it's that time of year. You know? There comes Mason Mount. He gives it to Raheem Sterling. Oh, well, Ian, is that Krakowiak?
Who's just been bullied.
That is a flawless pronunciation of Krakowiak.
Go on. We can literally just see the top of your head right now until Hugh comes back. He's on his phone, so.
Jesus, he's some head of hair on him now.
Jesus, he's a different man.
He's a different man. See, the women's team went out of the Champions League.
It's looking good for a second as well.
Yeah, they went 1-0 up, didn't they? And then Barca scored, and that was that.
And then we scored again, though, so we won on the night.
Yeah, it went 2-1.
Oh! He's back.
Did you miss me?
Guess who's back with a brand?
My whole fucking Wi-Fi collapsed there for a few minutes.
Are you Sky Wi-Fi, Hugh?
Yeah, man. They had a big outage last
Mine went too. Remember at the start of the stream, mine went too. Something up with that.
Jesus Christ.
Right, Hugh, what second do you... Oh.
I have to get...
All right, okay. It's fine.
I'll be back in a second.
Fair end season, yes, lads. Hello.
He's
arrived.
That's my guy.
My guy.
I've actually got to watch his new video. He put one out. It was a comparison of Sterling and Sane. I actually have to give it a watch because I've seen a good few of his shit. He actually edits really well. The way he puts it together now. I have indeed. Yeah, an authentic Sergio Aguero shirt is 55 quid. The Premier League printing 70 quid. How much is the Paisley shirt? I wonder.
It's because lots of stuff is discounted for some reason. I think it's because it's towards the end of the season. They just want to get rid of it.
Oh, fuck that. It's €92 with the Paisley one. No, I'm not doing it.
We are 5 minutes in and nothing has happened. Boring football.
Dead. I didn't even realise we were 5 minutes in. I was I tell you what I was looking at actually, right? Argos are doing this basketball hoop for... I'll tell you, no, it's not. It's from Decathlon.ie. Doing a basketball hoop for 100 quid, full 10 feet. And I think I'm going to get it as soon as my rib cage fucking heals up. Because I can't...
guys, I think old people should not have new technology. Go on, Renners. Yeah, they struggle a bit, don't they?
Renner Senior is sitting on the iPhone 12.
Apologies, ladies and gents. Hey, 159 subs. Where the fuck that come from?
Oh my god. Is that gonna be here when we hit 160? It's gonna be in
Could be my influence, to be fair.
Yeah, Joe's influence. Every time he comes on. Now, I'll tell you what it is, right? It's Joe's fade.
Yo, big up for Ansies, my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. We're already talking to him.
Have you got the MyPad here?
Yeah, I'm on 5:44.
Oh god, we're fucking so far ahead.
I can't fucking pause it either.
We're so far ahead.
Me and you? Or am I ahead? Or who's ahead?
No, we're so far ahead. We're on like 6:30.
3 calls a day about mobile phone problems. My nana done that. She got a new tablet, and I had to set it up.
You couldn't refresh your stream here and see if that speeds it up. I don't know.
Okay, Joe, hold down. I'm getting it. I want to show you my new mug.
Come on, Pat. How are you? Nah, I think I'm still behind you. It's all right.
Fair and season. God's sake, I'm on 151 on my main. Yeah, we are massive.
Nah. 159. If any of you can get someone to subscribe, we'll give you a shout out on our next video because we're gonna hit 160. Get your nans, get your aunties, get your dogs. Hit that big red button, yeah?
Your name's also on the screen if you haven't noticed already, if you're in the Discord. If you're not, pinned comment.
Pat,
check it.
Aguero going to Arsenal. Pat's an Arsenal fan, so he'll be buzzing with Aguero going there if it happens.
I saw some Arsenal fans saying it's a win-win either way because he'll either become the best player or they'll ruin his record and cement Henry as the best minutes per goal involvement. That's all they care about. They're going to win a trophy for that, aren't they? Your name should be first.
We're trying to get your name first, but whatever software Joe is using, it does it automatically in alphabetical order. Isn't that right, Joe?
No, not software. What I did is I put it in After Effects and I just copy and pasted the list in alphabetical order. So Patrick says he doesn't really want him.
What? Why? I think I actually spoke to Pat about this really wrong. But tell us for content for the stream.
Right, here we go, runners. Next time I alter that, when a new member joins, I'll have to alter the bar. I'll put your name first. It's a promise.
No, it's not shocking news, runners. It's just I suppose conversation topic, isn't it?
It's the news that everyone knew was going to happen, but nobody wanted to happen. That's the whole point. Nobody wanted it to end like this, but everyone knew it was happening. So,
Yo, Harry Goodwin, are you in the Discord server? You'll get your name on the screen if you're in the Discord server.
oh, he's me mate. Hello.
Is that your mate, Joe?
Yes, Harry. Yeah, he's been
Yes,
asking.
Harry. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, everyone.
Oh, Renner's just got another phone call. Oh, don't be technical issues with the old man again. Renner's senior.
Renner is on that hotline bling. I know, in the hotline bling. What's everyone thinking about Leicester on the weekend? France season. Rendog. Pat, I don't know who the fuck Arsenal are playing.
I'd question his
that
desire to really
cash.
want to play for us, just wants that cash.
He just wants that cash money. I don't blame
You can
him, bro.
blame him. He's in the back half. He's in the back end of his career. So
Absolutely. He's not gonna win. Like, no offense, Pat, but let's be real. Arsenal aren't winning fuck all in the next 5 years. So Aguero won't be part of a rebuild. You know what I mean?
I think he'll go.
You said
I think he'll
yourself
go
earlier on.
Barca because Messi will sign that deal, and then it'll be just Barca.
And at least he could win a La Liga of some sort in Barca. He's not going to win jack shit at Arsenal. I think you said it yourself earlier on, Pat. The kind of fear of becoming a retirement home. The Emirates. You know, that way there. But sure, look, listen, who are we targeting? If we can get Haaland this summer, yeah, obviously it's sad to lose Aguero, but what a fucking replacement. Do you know what I mean? What a fucking replacement. Big Erling.
Yeah, but you need to replace the best with the best. So,
And
I'll
he
do
is
it.
the best. Haaland's the best in the business as a striker at the moment. He's exactly what we need. Patrick Gannon may become the Lang and Sweet of the 1894. Ooh, don't put that slander on Pat's name for Ant season. Don't put that slander on his name. That's
What do you think of
disrespectful.
Kev's celebration towards Derek Adams? I think it's fully deserved, to be honest. Talk about Morecambe here. I think it's fully deserved. Kevin Ellison has full right to do that. He got frozen out.
Well, what happened? Harry Goodwin. Ooh.
He's one of my mates. Been chatting while you've been going getting a cup of tea in your. Is it Father Ruben mug? Is that the one you get?
Oh yes, that's what I wanted to show everyone. Right.
Can anyone
So
find us a 160th subscriber, please? My anxiety gets really high when we're stuck on like number 9. I hate being on like 149,
Yeah. Help me do it for Hugh's anxiety, please. It's basically from that City chant store. It says, "Father Ruben blesses this brew." There's a picture of Ruben Diaz pasted onto a priest's thing, and it's actually really cool. It's a good mug too. Good shape on it. It holds the tea very well. Now it's not one of those curvy oaks. It's a big solid shape.
He's
It's
doing
really
this like
nice.
he's discussing the Wembley lasagna again.
Sounds like a fucking holy
Do you
ball.
remember the test for the? Do you remember the test for the first time I did the cameras show, and I just sent you like a half a minute video of me explaining what Wembley lasagna was?
Dara the plug. He is. He's a plug.
Man. He's a big
Ah.
plug.
In the,
Oh
the
no,
City
it's not
content
our
stuff.
shop. Christ, it's not our shop. Jesus, it's your man on
No,
it's
you're still plugging
Twitter.
it though, aren't you?
We don't have no shop over here.
We don't have any shop. Fuck no.
Not yet. Not yet.
No, there's no shop in here.
I like that jersey, Q.
Oh, hang on, man.
What's it, 15, 16?
I think so, yeah. I think it was the last year with the old crest or the bird crest.
You mean Gabriel?
Gabriel J.
You mean bench warmer? Bumsus.
Bumsus. Gabriel Bumsus.
What a beast.
It
is a
Well,
Sorry,
it's Gareth
Rose.
Southgate. It doesn't surprise me, Dara.
Oh, to be fair, it is a playing an 8-back.
They don't have Lewandowski.
They're playing
they can
5-back with 3
Yeah.
holding.
They don't have Lewandowski. They can fit an extra defender in.
True.
Basically, how it is.
Great ball. Oof. Geez, Sterling's cutting in. Sterling's feeling good on this right foot of his now. He's cutting in.
Too bad he's running into three people every time because there's a left wing back, a
Yeah.
left centre, but there's like a right wing back, right centre back, right defensive midfielder.
Yeah, it's like envision when we were playing Spurs at White Hart Lane there just before. The last time we lost before United. It's just like that. Fuck's sake, Reynolds Jr. connected his iPhone, turned off the England game I was watching.
He calls him Reynolds
More
Jr.
technical issues. Oh dear.
Technical issues. Wait till we please get back.
Reynolds Jr. is over at his grandma's house and he's gone and connected his phone to the telly and they don't know how to switch it back. So he's got another phone call trying to sort it out.
Give Junior a ring, tell him to get his act together.
It's a slap in the face to me, seeing that he's playing a 5 at the back with such great attacking quality that he has at hand. And he decides, I'm going to play 3 defenders.
He's
Play
Gareth.
5 defenders.
He's a pussy, Southgate. He's afraid of losing.
It's
set up,
Gareth.
Ireland set up in a way where they try to limit damage
limitation.
English.
Yeah,
English.
but I tried to do it the other way.
Limit the damage.
Every game. Yeah,
Limit damitation.
that's what I nearly said. Limit damageation, right? And we fail at that every week, every game. We fail, and we don't have our best player going forward. Is last night was Daryl Horgan. He was fucking brilliant last night, and he decides no, I'll take him off, and we just died after that. Reynolds, I'm just talking about Ireland. I'm having a little rant again.
He's very patriotic. He loves his Ireland national team.
I say
we
talk City. I say we talk City. Ireland.
Okay, if we get off this depressing subject, right? We've already mentioned Haaland, but actually, no. I'm gonna start one up here, right? Because we mentioned him before. We didn't go in depth. Jack Grealish.
Oh no.
Yeah, we didn't go in depth.
No.
He's everything I want and more. Well, he's a bit less because he's not Irish, but
Reynolds is
if he
typing.
was Irish,
Swear, he will be.
The greatest rumours are starting to really heat up. They're really
look,
heating up.
it's just, the only thing that'll stop that from happening is 100 million. So I'm not paying 100 million. You think City was Jesus Christ? He read our fucking minds. Grealish will be a winger that'll drop back into the midfield. It'll be like Foden the way he does it.
I can't see if we need a backup left wing, we just play Jesus or Foden.
And you get 5-6 years out of him.
But yeah, like you're getting 5 or 6 years out of him, 100%. He's that type of player though, where he even if he slows down, he'll still be able to pick a pass from anywhere and create a chance out of nothing.
He is sick, Grealish, man. He's sick.
He's such a good player.
He's class with England. It's just like it'll be just interesting to see when if he does level up to a team like City or a better team than Villa, how he gets on there. Like when he's not the star of the show anymore and all eyes aren't on him as such. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on.
Reynolds just said we don't need him. I don't think we need him, but we want him.
I want to play devil's advocate here for a sec. A point my dad made to me earlier on, which I hadn't really considered before, on Haaland, right? Yeah. It's reported that he's looking for absolutely crazy wages wherever he goes, and I'm sure if City want him
for 5 years.
I've heard some quotes for slightly more than that as well. Like he wants extortionate wages, but I was just thinking, if a 20-year-old like him comes into the room and he's clearly got a big ego, Haaland, there's no denying that. Does it affect the dynamics of the changing room? Other players being like,
definitely.
I'm here for 4 or 5 years. I'm not even earning half this guy's wages. He's 20 years old. He's only ever played in Norway and Germany. He's not proven Premier League, and his international football's with Norway as well. So it's not as if
that's without a doubt, though. Of course, it's going to change everything.
Does it affect? Does it upset players? Is what I want to know.
Yes,
it could upset players who have, like Dara said, been here for quite a while and have been like, "Well, where's my money then?"
So, exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, we seem to be trying to tie players down to new contracts, which means De Bruyne will end up on what, 350 grand a week. Sterling will end up
on the same
375. I think there was talks of that being right. And if Haaland wants 300k, then that's already 2 very high up players in the rankings happy enough with their money. But then you'll have people like say, "Oh, that's penalty England." That's Sterling's gone down.
Sterling's gone down. He loves winning penalties, Sterling.
Who wouldn't be happy though? Laporte is never happy. He's just that type of player. He never seems happy.
I think a lot of players wouldn't be happy. Like whatever about City
That's not
buying
a penalty.
whatever about City buying a 29-year-old Haaland who's been smashing goals in Champions Leagues and winning trophies left, right, and centre. But a 20-year-old coming in and earning double your wages, you're gonna be like,
yeah.
"What the fuck's
You have
this?"
every right to be fuming about it. You have every right to be disappointed.
I mean, obviously, listen, he's sick where he is and he's smashing it, but obviously we really want him because he's got unbelievable potential and he's a 1 in a million youngster. But at the same time, just once again to play devil's advocate, he isn't proven in any top leagues. He's smashing it in Champions League this season, but he's not played in England. He's not played like England's a different dynamic than English Premier League to anything else. So who's to say?
And it's 1-0. It's great pen.
I think Haaland's a funny topic. Obviously, I'd love him to play for City, but I think it's interesting to think of
Oh
how it will
my
affect
God.
That's
a great penalty. Straight down that's just no one can do that for us.
See, Harry, there was no need for that comment.
Was it?
There's no need.
Poland beat it. Well,
Not be reading that one out. As Matt Godbridge would say, get the lube.
It's a bit sus that, Harry.
I think Haaland smashed. Yeah, I'd be in that too, but there's no way of knowing that until you sign him. And
yeah, so like
it's a small enough risk, but it's still a £100 million risk. Like, it's.
I think it's worth taking the risk, but for people like ourselves to look at it, it's a massive risk in the sense that if you're going to give him a 5-year contract on say 350, 400 grand a week, Haaland, and what's to say he just doesn't take to life in England? He just doesn't take to it. Like, he's only human at the end of the day.
Well, rumor has
wow.
From what we know.
From what we can gauge, he is human.
That'll definitely unsettle players, but there's a reason. Like, I heard Pep sat down with Aguero. He's like, there will be a new number 9 coming in. You'll be the sub. But Aguero leaving still frees up about 250 grand in wages as well at the same time.
Yeah, so the fact that it's come out and the fact that it's come out like that, the fact that they've said to Aguero, there will be a new number 9. You will be second choice if you decide to stay. We're signing someone.
But on the point of it freeing up wage, like Aguero's wages, the players that are currently in the dressing room would have no issue with Aguero earning that money because he's Aguero.
Oh no!
Who the fuck is Haaland in the Premier League? Who the fuck is Haaland at Manchester City?
That's not what I meant by it. I just mean it's fine. It's getting more financially viable. Would that be the word?
Like, he's a smashing player, Haaland, and I'm like, I want him 100%. He's the only man I want to play number 9 next season. But just for sake of argument and sake of conversation, I think there is definitely the potential for certain players to be unhappy with it. With the
just out of interest, right? With Sterling and De Bruyne getting new contracts, who would be more upset at it? Would you say, like, you had to look at it?
Upset with Haaland getting wages?
Yeah.
Probably De Bruyne.
No, I mean, because he'll be getting put down to a new contract. That's what I'm saying.
But I know we have a lot of money, but I mean, it's not like Football Manager or FIFA where you can just up wages whenever you fancy it. I mean, can City realistically maintain 3, 4, 5 players on 5-6 year contracts all over 300 grand a week? I mean, that's just crazy money. It's crazy.
It's not going to be over 5 or 6 players. It's going to be 3.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, who else comes along?
No one currently over 300 grand a week.
What if Foden in 2 or 3 years' time says, listen, I'm getting offers from Madrid, which he realistically will get offers from places like that. They're offering me 250, 300 grand a week. If you want to keep me, you're going to have to match those kind of wages. You know, these things are coming in the pipeline. It's not like Foden would always be willing to play for 80 grand a week.
Then you get to that bridge when you come to it. I think, like, we'll still have the money. It's not like people are going to be pissed off with Foden getting that amount of money. Is he only on 80k a week? Fuck me.
He's still on his youth contract, essentially, like his first professional contract.
Yeah, I
agree with Reynolds on that one. Foden will never leave. It doesn't matter. Like, even if he's getting higher offers, I still don't think he's going to leave just over like.
No, he'll use it as a bargaining chip. Like,
he will use it as a bargaining chip to get more. But if we don't pay like that much, I still don't think he's going to leave.
I know I'm not saying he'll leave. I don't think he will either. But I just think that like City will have to anticipate in the down the future in the pipeline other players who like if you want to have a team full of superstars, which we essentially do most of the time, and there's gonna if you're gonna keep raising the highest players' wages, other players are gonna be like, well, if the highest players earning this amount, I should probably be on a little bit more myself as well. Do you know what I mean? You have to be very careful with the dynamics of your wage bill because you don't want all the players being like, listen, if he's on that, I should be on a little bit more. Obviously not the same as him, but I should be on a little bit more. If that's what he's worth, I'm worth more.
To be fair,
And
we
then
were
it's gonna be
talking
hard to
about
get
Lionel
alongside.
Messi, who was on about $1 million a week. So
Yeah, but Lionel Messi is just like Aguero in the sense that he's extremely proven and it's his name, he's a brand. Haaland isn't quite that yet.
yeah,
And he
but
will
if
be,
we
no doubt.
if we were talking about being able to afford
He will be,
Messi
yeah.
on like 900k a week, then affording a few players on like 300 grand a week shouldn't be a problem.
But
I'm not
those
altogether
players are going to be tied down to 5 or 6 year contracts, whereas Messi would only be here for 2.
Exactly. And I'm not altogether fully sure that if we were to get Messi on a 900 grand a week contract, that we would put as much priority on signing Haaland. I'm being totally honest.
But it doesn't
Okay,
matter because we're not getting Messi anyway.
That Messi thing is dead in the water, anyway, so.
Yeah.
Messi ain't coming. That's gone. Yeah, Messi's not coming.
Yep,
But I just mean
gone.
you have to be when you're a club like City with so many fantastic players who are all massive brands in their own way. You do have to be careful with how often you raise the highest earner. Because once the highest earner, like I said, is earning X amount of money, more than the last highest earner was, the rest of the dressing room will start saying, you know, I'm worth a bit more than what I'm on. Then if that's the case, especially players like Foden who are generational talents. A day will come in the next year or two where contract negotiations open up with Phil Foden and he starts saying, well, listen, if Mr. Haaland's on 350 grand a week and I'm easily as generational talent as him, I wouldn't mind getting close to that money myself.
Yeah, makes sense.
PSG can do it, we can do it, because, I mean...
PSG
especially with
PSG don't have the same model as us at all. Our transfer model is completely different to PSG's. Theirs is
yeah, but if they can spend that type of money, then so can we.
But we don't.
Yeah, but
That's
it's not a matter of. It's not a matter of can we do it. It's a matter of can we sustain it across 5 or 6 years each contract.
Exactly, and it's just I don't think that's doable for any club.
Like, obviously, we have money to burn, right? There's no doubt about it. We've got money there to do it. But it's going to come into the Sheikh's head, I'm sure. Is this financially viable to be charging 300, 400 grand of people a week? Like, you know, it's just...
You can't, because once that starts, every time you sign a player then who's half decent, they're going to be like expecting, you know, double the wages of City that they'd be expecting.
It's a precedent that you don't want.
It's what?
It sets a precedent or a precedent, whatever it is. It sets a precedent that you don't want to have. It's like, oh, we've just signed a 20-year-old, 300 grand a week. Then let's say you try getting a new left back or something, right? A left back who's like 24 proven. I want 300 grand as well. You put him on 300 grand. I want 300 grand. That's what it's going to be.
Exactly. You have to be really careful when you're capping your wage bill. And I think when you have a model or a baseline set for what you're willing to pay players, you know, kind of a bracket for what players you feel are worth individual wages. You need to be really careful and only be willing to break that sort of ceiling when you have a player like Messi, literally like a one-off player that's going to demand way more than the rest of the squad, but they all realize why he's earning way more than them because he's fucking being on Messi. But when it comes to players like Haaland, who I do have a feeling he will come in and he'll earn a stupid amount of money, like a crazy amount of money, you do have to be careful because it was quite clear that when City opened contract talks with De Bruyne,
Sterling's in, squares it, never mind. Oh,
when they opened contract talks with De Bruyne a couple of months ago, and initially we got the word that he was a bit disappointed with their offer. It's quite clear he's holding out to see what the likes of Haaland or Grealish or whoever comes in the summer get. So then
that's why it's been put on hold. He's waiting for whoever comes in the summer, because we're going to sign a big name player in the summer to replace Aguero.
Renner says Haaland won't earn 300k, more like 150.
It'll be between 200 and 300. It'll be between 200 and 300 minimum.
Haaland will not be on 150k. It'll be 250,000 a week plus, at least.
There's only one way you can get around a 150k thing, and you genuinely have to give him a signing bonus of about, let's say if it's a 5-year contract, you'd have to give him like a 40 million signing bonus or something like that.
Because if you want to tie him down for 5-6 years to get him to basically have him at the club while he's going into and in his prime.
I'll do it here.
Hang on. What if you want to
Go on.
sign Haaland at a point like on a decent contract where you're going to have him coming into his prime and at his prime? He's going to be aware of that. He doesn't want to be tied down to a contract for 5 years where he finds himself 26 years of age, sorry, and still earning 150 grand a week. He's going to be like,
Yeah.
no, that's not on. And he's on 75k at Dortmund at the moment, Rangers, because he signed when he was 18, and he was not. They were taking a risk signing him because he was smashing it in Norway. But who's to say he's smashing in Germany?
Austria.
And now we're the next level up. He's smashing it in Germany, but who's to say he'll smash it in England? It's just
Right.
leveling up all the time.
To be fair, right, his wages, Dara, calm. To be fair, I'm making this point. To be fair, his wages are up because of his agent. His agent's Mino Raiola. That's why his wages are up. If he didn't have Raiola, his wages would probably be about, well, maybe that 150 to 200. But because it's Raiola, it's like doubled.
I think if you judge Haaland as a person, his ego is quite clearly through the roof. He fancies himself as a superstar, which I back. He is a superstar, and I love players with attitudes.
Yeah, but
like
pair that with Raiola, who's also got an ego.
I think naturally Haaland would be looking for big money regardless. He fully believes in himself. He knows what he's capable of, and I admire that.
Ooh.
But that's just what you do when you have players like that.
Right, I've worked it out, right? Haaland, over a 5-year contract, will earn 91 million pounds overall, right? Without bonuses, without that, just on a basic 350 grand a week, right? But if he were to sign for 150,000, right? Times that by 12, times that by... Shit, no, it's not 12. What was it? 150,000 times... hang on, times 52 times fucking what? 5 again. He's earning 39. So the only way you're getting that is you pay him
like a 50, 60 million.
Yeah, a 50 or 60 million signing bonus is the only way you're getting away with him on 150 grand a week.
Yeah, I just don't see it personally. Paddy makes a good point here. He says it will have in his contract that he will qualify for annual pay rises based on performance and goals, which I think is a given. I think it's a given. That will be part of his contract regardless of how much he signs on for initially. But I also think if you do want to secure his contract or secure his signature on a decent contract, like a long-term one, he will basically say, I don't want to be a player that comes in and I have to start proving myself. If you want my services, you'll pay me big bucks from the off because I've got clubs like Real Madrid and PSG and whoever else who'll be willing to pay me that money from the off anyway.
Whoa, kind of almost scared.
It'll be I'm telling you, the Haaland negotiations this summer, if it all is true, they will not be straightforward.
It's worth discussing because it's a massive deal, but we don't know the ins and outs of the club, so we have no idea what they're willing to pay. So
if there's one thing I can guarantee about this deal with Haaland,
it'll be long.
It'll be dragged out. It'll be long, and it'll be loads of ups and downs. You'll hear it's off. You'll hear it's on.
Be like Koulibaly.
Exactly, it'll be that scenario because you've got a fucking agent like Raiola to deal with. It's never straightforward. It's like dealing with from Napoli. It's not straightforward.
That Koulibaly thing cost me a fiver, so it did.
They can give him a 20 plus goal bonus, like 5. You know he's going to hit that, so he might go 10 million because I'm going to hit that, or he might want more than that.
I just feel Haaland, he's in his own category. Haaland, he's in his own bubble. He's not like you're signing another striker like say Danny Ings, just for a recent example. Haaland is a player who, if you are to get him and you're to get his fucking signature on your contract, he's going to demand big. He's going to demand big, and the thing is, he's got every fucking right to because he's smashing it where he is, and there's no reason why he can't smash it wherever he ends up. So he's going to look for Renners. I firmly believe, mate, that he's going to want at least 250 to 300 grand a week.
That's minimum.
And that begs the question:
if he goes 250 grand a week with performance-based incentives, is that's the term, isn't it? Then we could be in business. If he goes like let's say Renners had a goal bonus, you go games played bonus, you can even go assist bonus, whatever the fuck you want, and then everyone gets a bonus upon winning the Champions League. I'm sure. Same with the league.
Yeah. It's in everyone's contract. It's certain
like all in.
Bonuses.
All in. If he has those huge incentives, he'll end up earning over 400 grand a week.
Renners is a point here that I want to make a point of is that I think only Chelsea, PSG, and City can afford Haaland, and I agree. I think they're the only clubs that can afford him, but all three of those clubs have very different mentalities when going out to buy players. I think City are a bit more reserved, and I think we're almost, in a way, we're smarter with our money. I know we spend a lot, but we're smarter. We're not like the next team, which is
Yeah.
Chelsea, say, who Chelsea, once Abramovich identifies a player that he wants, he'll pay anything that player wants to get him. So if Haaland was if Haaland's first choice was to come to us, and he says, right, my first choice is to come to you, to whoever he does the negotiations with, what can you offer me? And then he's not happy with that offer. He'll go, well, listen, Abramovich down the road has just said to me, he'll give me what I want, but I want to play for you. So you have to basically balance up between what you're willing to offer and what other clubs are willing to offer. Because, like I said, Abramovich will give Haaland whatever the fuck he wants.
If you look at that thing from Winners as well, City won't pay 250 to 300k for a week for a 20-year-old. They're gonna have to if they want him. They're gonna have to.
If we're serious about this, we'll have to, and honestly, we will. Is my opinion. I do.
The club might not want to because it's not really what we've been doing, but they're gonna have to if they want him.
They're gonna look at this like this is an investment for 10 years. If we can get him on a 6-year contract, he will. Like, we're not going to sell him unless he's shy, and he won't be shy, right? We're not going to sell him, so it's at least 6 years of him at the club. It's an investment.
It's an investment, but like obviously it's an investment for 7 years, whatever it is. But it's also a crazy investment when you look at it on the broad scheme of things. It's definitely, like, on a football term, it's worth it. But what if he flops? What if he gets injured long term? You know, you have to take all these things into the equation.
Oh God, we have the worst record for players getting injured.
Yeah, you do. Exactly. But you have to be a bit more wary of it when you're signing a player who's looking for 300k a week.
True. Look,
PSG have so many forwards already. Chelsea have 3-4 strikers and they only play 1. Chelsea, I firmly believe that if they feel they're going to get Haaland this summer and Abramovich identifies him as his number 1, he will offload 2 or 3 of the strikers. He'll get rid of Giroud. He'll get rid of Abraham. He may keep Werner because he's just got him and see how that works out. But if he wants Haaland, Abramovich, that's the kind of guy he is. He'll do whatever the fuck he needs to do to get him. He's ruthless.
See, that's the thing about Chelsea. They do that. And, like, see, that's happened to a lot of their players. Like, Chelsea have a striker course. You've heard of that episode, haven't you?
Morata, bloody Werner.
Morata, Shevchenko, Adrian Mutu.
Werner falls into that category.
Werner. Yeah, not really Abraham. Abraham's fine. He's a bit shit, but he wasn't expected to be a world beater.
They didn't buy him, though, did they? He came for the academy, so...
Yeah. But anytime Chelsea get that kind of striker with the big number on their back, they go to shit, right? But then you have to look at it. It goes everywhere around the pitch. Like, you saw what happened to Kepa a couple of years ago. Like, he had that big 82 million price tag, let it get to his head. And then he made a show of his manager by not coming off. Like, it just inflates the ego even more if you're on that kind of money and you come in with that price tag. Like, he could end up being a prick. Well, Haaland, I'm not saying he seems like a prick, but he could definitely become one. If he comes in with an inflated ego of a 100 million odd price tag and 350 grand wages, he could be a knob.
Yeah, well, who's going to buy Chelsea other strikers? Well, Giroud, I don't know how long he's got left on his contract, because he could be going for free.
Giroud's contract is up next season.
Giroud, there's plenty of people who buy Chelsea strikers.
Plenty of French clubs who buy Giroud as well.
Abraham could end up at somewhere like West Ham, any other mid-table Premier League club, Everton, anything like that. Giroud would end up back in France, possibly Spain or somewhere like that. And all of a sudden, you've got only 2 strikers left at the club, or 1 even. It's just
they've got Werner, they've got Batshuayi who's on loan, but they just keep loaning him out. He's never going to play for Chelsea.
Giroud seems the type now. He's what, 32 now?
Yeah, 32, 33.
Wouldn't surprise me if he were to go from Chelsea. Like, even though he's good enough to stay at the top, right? It wouldn't surprise me if he went from Chelsea just to America to finish out his time.
Or you could find something crazy happening. A club like Liverpool deciding they want to get him in and have him at the same role that Chelsea have him in.
That's not crazy, though. Like, Giroud's a fucking bagsman.
Renner says, I want Haaland. I just think no club is paying more than 100 million for him when they can wait 12 months for 70 million and he can pick himself. I think, Renners, you'll find there'll be 3 or 4 clubs this summer who are more than happy to pay 100 million for Haaland. It's just
to secure him.
Offer him the best wages. Yeah, to secure
him.
Exactly. Yeah, it's there'll be 3 or 4 clubs lined up who will be perfectly happy to pay 100 million. Chelsea for sure will. If PSG decide they want him, they're similar to Abramovich at Chelsea. They'll pay it. I think.
God, imagine a front 3 of Neymar, Haaland, and Mbappe.
I firmly believe that
literally illegal.
Haaland's preferred place to go would be to go to City, but the only thing stopping that is what City are prepared to offer him on a contract. And you have to bear in mind, like I said a few minutes ago, we've got a dressing room full of superstars. And if you start offering Haaland, the 20-year-old, mad money, and he comes in with his ego that we know he has, and we like that, we like a player with an ego, he's going to upset players. And I think you could see players like Jesus leaving to make room for Haaland. You may see Mahrez leaving. And I think on another note, Grealish, if you're to get him, I think he's more likely to be exactly what the contract Paddy said a few minutes ago would be, which is he comes in on a set fee and his contract will get a pay rise based on performance. I think he's a different type of negotiation to Haaland. Haaland's someone who will come in and demand a certain amount of money from the off. He doesn't want someone to treat him like a prospect anymore because he's not really a prospect anymore. He's as good as you get to proven without being actually proven. But Grealish still has to prove himself at a top club in England. So he's going to be subject, my guess is, to pay rises annually depending on performance. I don't know what you guys think about
that. Just a quick note, just on Twitter. LeBron James is now part owner of Liverpool.
Cool.
Oh no. Anyway. If
Haaland comes out and says he wants to sign for City, the other clubs drop interest. It doesn't work like that, Renners. It doesn't work like that.
They might step up their interest then.
If he comes out saying that, I want to sign for City, that gives City the negotiation power, and he'll get a lot less money. So if he keeps quiet,
it just means what happens is if he says City's the club he wants to sign for, you said yourself, and I agree, it gives City the negotiation power and the bargaining power, but it also means that basically waiting on the sidelines for the first sign of the negotiation not going smoothly, someone else swoops in and goes, "I'll give you what they're not offering you." Do you know what I mean? So the first sign of any disruptions in the negotiations or Raiola or Haaland not being happy with how it's going, it's stalling, someone like PSG will come in and go, "Don't worry about that, Raiola. We'll give you what you're looking for." Or Chelsea comes in and goes, "Don't worry about that, Haaland. We'll give you what you're looking for." That's what it means. They won't drop interest. They'll just be more opportunistic with how they go about it. Is my opinion on that. Because, like I said, with these high-profile signings, they're so capable of breaking down at any time. Big egos, big egoed agents, future stars, current stars. They're never ever straightforward negotiations, no matter who they identify as the club they want to play for. So it's a tricky one. It's an exciting one, but it's a tricky one. I'm back. How are you, for season? Good to have you back. I don't know. I can't see City signing Grealish. I can. We're going through a rebuild. So Grealish will be.
It's a rebuild. It's trying to sustain what we've got. It's not really a rebuild.
I think it is a rebuild for the future. When you look at the front line, there's 3 or 4 players now over the age of 30. Future rebuild.
It's not a rebuild. It's future-proof.
I think Grealish could come to City. I think he'll go to City.
It's future-proofing, so we don't have to rebuild.
Yeah, exactly.
It's signing younger players to replace players who are getting on into their 30s, like Aguero, possibly like Mahrez.
Was your 30? What were we? 13 points clear?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's not. It's just future proof. It's not a rebuild, but I think we do both kind of mean the same thing, Hugh. It's just a different.
Listen, if you whatever you want to call it, it's just planning for the future. You can call it what you're saying is probably better, but it's definitely
preparation.
It's needed though. It's needed. It's whatever you want to call it. It's needed. There's so many players who are getting to 30 and over 30 now, and Grealish is 25. You get him in, he's the next he's the next whoever that's getting 30, Gundogan or whoever you want to call a midfielder that can play box to box, and it's just filling a gap that's going to need to be filled anyway. It's more preparation. Yeah, exactly. It's preparation, but I think you'll see some players that we've not heard about leaving them this summer. For example,
I don't want Gundogan to go all, especially after this season. But if it came out saying that he wanted to leave or like we were open to sell him, wouldn't surprise me.
His value will be the highest it's probably ever been because of the season he's having. He's 30, maybe 31.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If we get a good offer, you'd be tempted.
Exactly. Then that frees up space and frees up transfer budget and wages for players like Grealish, who will be part of the team for much longer in the future than Gundogan will.
Yeah, exactly. It's It's business at the end of the day.
I think Gundogan's in
Exactly.
the same bracket as Mahrez. We'd be open to keeping them, but if a good offer comes in, you wouldn't say no to selling them.
No, absolutely not. You wouldn't.
Like if I hear we get a 40 to 50 million offer for Riyad Mahrez and we turn it down, I will be fuming.
Not 40, maybe
you're
50
right.
to 60.
No, honestly, 40 to 50 million for a 30-year-old player that has
I'd be
his
wanting
has his
minimum 45.
if he has his purple patches, like let's see, fair, he hasn't been. Sorry, he's never been proper consistent for City. He's always consistent for Leicester until he started sulking, right? But when he came to City, it's just been purple patch, space, purple patch, space, purple patch. It's never been consistency, right? So if you offload someone like that, and you get about 40, 50 million, you're kind of laughing, really. Like it pays a good chunk of the Haaland deal. It pays a good chunk of the greatest deal if I'm thinking about it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
If we're
I
getting
would sell
40 to
Mahrez.
50 for both players, then that's what? 80 to 100 million.
Listen, if you can sell Mahrez for what you paid for him, that's a fucking bargain. You've
fuck
got
me,
3
we're not
good
getting
years
that.
out of it.
We paid 65 million or something from Mahrez. Not a chance we getting that back.
Paid 60, I'm pretty sure. It was 60 at the time.
We're still not getting 60 million.
No one's going to pay 60 million for an inconsistent 30-year-old winger.
Yeah, but you saying we should sell him for 25 is a bit over the top.
Oh, who said that? Oh, yeah.
Ferran season
That-
25, not a
that's not
chance.
Nah.
That young
Nuno
Portuguese
Mendes.
left back was good. Yeah, he looked good, but again, if you make a highlights video, you can make almost anyone look good. So I'm sort of reserving my
Yeah,
judgment.
but you didn't watch the highlight video. You watched him for a game and he looked pretty good. But bear in mind, it is a game they won like, what, 4-1?
They won 3-1, but it wasn't comfortable. Ronaldo spurned a few chances, but you know,
The dog wants to win.
it was pretty comfortable. We paid 60. Yeah, we paid 60 for Mahrez. I'd be surprised if we get that back. But again, if we get like 45, 50 million, then I'd kind of be like, go on then.
Mahrez got over 40 to
I know
45.
we were getting 50 million
Yeah,
for
but-
Mahrez. Quite a hand off.
If he goes anywhere between 40 and 50, like Dara said, you'd kind of take it. You'd negotiate a
Well,
little bit
that's
to
not-
get the max you can, but you'd take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I think-
100%.
Renner says Gundo could go for 45. I think Gundo wants to finish his career at City, by the looks of it.
Yeah, but it came out that City have got a 45 to 50 million offer for Ilkay Gundogan. Are you taking it? Honestly, Hugh, are you taking it?
Well, listen, that's the thing. Yes, the answer is yes, you're taking it, but who is going to offer 45, 50 million for Gundogan when he's on the wrong side of 30? No one. You're not, unless you're
I'm
Ronaldo.
not saying-
No,
Hugh,
no
I
one's
am
going for
far from
50
saying this is going to happen.
31. It's not
I-
going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen at all, right? But I'm saying if there's a stupid enough club to do it,
There isn't. There isn't. There just isn't.
there are some very poorly run clubs in the world now.
City like Aouar. They do like Aouar. But them rumours have kind of died down a little bit.
From the very limited amount I've seen of Aouar, he looks very good.
You know he's good on
But
Arsenal,
he's,
on him.
I've only ever
Arsenal-
seen him in the Champions League against us.
Yeah, he done us that day, so he was brilliant that day.
He's another player that I'd
I think-
look at, but he is, again, he'd take up a foreign slot, so it depends if we can fit him in.
Yeah, but
We'd have to
Like,
sell
but
Gundogan
then
to get him in. We'd have to sell him.
if we're getting in Aouar and he takes up another foreign place, you can still there is a possibility where we'll definitely offload some people. There won't be the same squad going into it next season. Also, by the way, half-time one now.
I know, I
It won't
changed
be the same. Definitely will not be the same squad going into next season. Like if we're to look at our squad now, right? Realistically, who will we sell, or who would you not be surprised that we'd sell, right?
Well, Aguero's
Go.
gone, that's confirmed. I won't be
Right, yeah, but
surprised if
start-
Mahrez goes.
Oh, Joe, start at the back, right?
Start back.
Edison's fine.
Edison's fine.
No one's at the back
Steffen's
from him.
fine.
No one at the back. from him. No one's going from the back.
No.
That's
Yeah,
fact.
I think that's all fair.
Mendy possibly, but I don't think anyone's going to buy him.
Fingers
No
crossed.
one's silly enough to buy Mendy.
No one's silly enough to buy him. That's the only thing stopping him from going is the fact that no one actually wants to buy him.
If City are willing to sell him for 15, 20 million, then he'll go. But then begs the question: who the fuck is willing to pay his wages? If he's happy to just stay at City, earning class money but playing no football, there's your problem. But if he wants to go and play football, he's gonna have to take a wage drop, and City are gonna have to sell him for significantly lower than they originally planned to.
Oh, we're taking a fat loss on Mendy regardless
Exactly.
of what happens.
It's
So
massive,
Mendy and
massive
saying that
financial
young
loss.
Portuguese left back is under 21, so he does not need a foreign spot. No, that is true. He won't need a foreign spot until he turns over 21. And
I love Football Manager, man. It really makes people brilliant.
Yeah, but
that
it's
would
like,
be the
it's not-
dream. But
it's not
again,
just-
Mendy, can you sell him? Not really. Are you
It's not
willing
as
to pay
straightforward
like
as-
50 for that young Portuguese left back?
It's just not as simple as sell Mendy. As much as I'd love that to be, you can't. It's not like FIFA. You put him on the transfer list and someone snaps him up in 2 or 3 days. No one's going to be willing to pay his wages that he's on now, and it completely comes down to. I would imagine City are happy to sell him for lower than they paid because they understand it. They're just going to have to take the loss on that. But then it boils down to what Mendy's mindset is. Does Mendy want to remain at City playing no football, like I said, but earning class money? Or does he want to go and challenge himself and play football? And the thing is, some players like Ozil, who did it at Arsenal for a long time, and Bale at Madrid, they don't care about playing football. They just want to ride it out on their class contract and get as much cash as possible.
He'll take
So-
the money if it's like, if he
He
gets
wants
more here, which he probably will do, he'll take the money. He'll just wait until his contract's up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I
then he'll
mean.
get a
And-
fat signing on bonus because he'll go for free.
Yeah, exactly.
It's business.
So it kind of almost works out in his favor to just ride it out at City and play no football and just maybe get the odd opportunity. And if he can take it like John Stones and revive his career the way Stones did, who knows? Like, we've seen crazier things happen. But from this minute right now, Mendy will be a really, really hard player to ship off.
If it comes out, if he ends up doing a John Stones, I will be more than happy to keep that fella. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Like, Mendy on his day can be one of the better left backs in the league, especially going forward. And he's solid enough. I'd say he's strong enough to be able to hold like the Adama Traore as well. He should
With
be
that
strong
ended
enough.
well when he went up against Adama last time, didn't it?
Sorry about that. I take that back. We got massively wrong. But like, if he were to make a little bit of a comeback, even just a tiny bit of a comeback, you'd be all for it.
Well,
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd be all for it. But the thing is,
he'd have to keep
There's
it
no
up
guarantee.
because he's got a lot to
Be
do.
a purple. Like, he had a purple patch at the start of the season. Then what? Do you remember? I don't know if you remember him against Leeds. Remember we played Leeds and we drew. He was fucking awful.
Because it's not a case of a John Stones type one where he's like good for a season. It's like, right, we're going to keep you now because you've been really well. It's the fact that Stones has showed that he was good before that. Mendy has shown signs that he's been good before that, but he hasn't put like a consistent run together. So it'd be more of a, if he was to turn it around like John Stones would be, it would be he'd have to stay fit and perform in form longer, like maybe even a couple of seasons till his contract's running out.
Renner says,
Well,
what about buy the young Portuguese left back, 50 million, Mendy backup, or put him on loan to buy a deal at some idiot club, make Zinchenko a CDM to replace Fernandinho?
It's just not that easy, though, is it?
not-
It's not that simple.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
if it was
can't
that easy, I'd do it, right? But no one's going to loan Mendy. No one's going to loan him an option to buy or an obligation to buy. It's going to have to be a straight transfer, or wait. Why? He has 2 years left in his contract. Wait 2 years and see if City will let him go for nothing, which they won't, right? But
we talk about Haaland being a risk. That young Portuguese left back is also a massive risk. For 50 million, that's the same amount we paid for Mendy. If he turns out anything like Mendy, then what do we do then?
Yeah, but then at the same time, he's coming from the same league with less of a price tag than Ruben Diaz, right? So that's always in your head. But
I'm also not sure about Zinchenko as a CDM. I know he's a left back now, but no.
I'm not a CDM Zinchenko man, unfortunately. I wouldn't be.
No. He doesn't, unfortunately, for Zinchenko.
He wouldn't be able to do the same job as a Rodri or a Fernandinho.
He just doesn't have the physical presence, Zinchenko, to play CDM. He's a technically good player, but he doesn't have the physical presence to hold that centre defence mid position. I think it'll be tough for him, Zinchenko, to see any game time if City do bring that young left back in, especially if they spend what you're saying, Ren, is 50 million on him. If you're spending 50 million on a left back, you expect him to play some fucking football. He's not going to be a bench warmer, and you're not going to loan him out. And then that also begs the question is, what about Cancelo? What about Walker? If you're spending 50 million on this Nuno Mendes guy, he's got to play football. Then that means Zinchenko's not playing football, or he's playing backup to Mendes. Mendy isn't playing at all, and he's still at the club, and you're paying his wages. Cancelo and Walker are fighting for right back. Neither of them want to be a substitute. They're both good enough to start on their day. It's Cancelo left back, Walker right back. That's too many full backs. You're going to have to get rid of at least Mendy, if not Mendy and Zinchenko to bring in Mendes. You're going to have to get rid of at least one, if not two of them. So Zinchenko, there's no role for him, in my opinion, at CDM. Doesn't have the physical presence. You'd have to bring in someone like Zakaria or Awar maybe to play that position. I don't know if he's capable of doing it.
No,
Awar's more.
To make these signings, it's not just as simple as identifying who you want in that position and just throwing them into the dressing room and saying you can all fight for your place. You have to juggle it around.
You
something
said
has
it.
to give. Hang on.
You said it
something
best,
has to
Hugh.
give.
You said it best, Hugh. You said it's not FIFA. You said it best. That is literally what it is. It's not FIFA. It's not career mode. You can't just expect everyone to gel straight away. You can't expect people to be happy sitting on the bench when they're being paid 50 million for it. And like, it doesn't look good in the club either if you're spending 50 million on some fucker who's just rotting away on the bench.
Exactly. I mean, if you're bringing in Mendes, like I said, one or both of Mendy and Zinchenko have to go, because you're not you don't want the players sitting on the bench or in the stands, not even the matchday squad, because you have so many fullbacks earning mad wages, and B, it's just not necessary. You don't need that many players. And like I said as well, I'll really reiterate this point: if you're spending 50 million on Nuno Mendes, the guy has to start left back. That you're not spending 50 million on a bench one. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hugh, you said a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know why I didn't agree with you, because I didn't take it into account, right? You said we didn't need a left back. I think Joe might have said it too, right?
We don't.
But yeah, but when you said that, I was like, what's this fucking age on about, right? But then I thought about the Cancelo thing. We don't, because we have Walker.
We don't need a left back. Like, it's not essential.
We don't need him. Yeah. We don't need him.
Completely, who's not even been in the conversation is Nathan Ake, who's capable of playing left back, and he's also competing for centre back with Stones, Diaz, Laporte. That's another player who's going to see very little football unless one of our centre halves or left back position completely collapses. We're out the door with defenders, both full back and centre half. So if anyone's going to come in of high profile note, which Mendes would be high profile at 50 million, something has to give. You can't hold on to all of them. They're not all going to be willing to sit on the bench and play minimal football or just cup football.
Sure, I'm going to Tyler holds down, right?
Hold down. It's crazy to just want to bring in players, but as much as I find it enjoyable talking about players you want to sign, something like I said has to give. Players will have to be offloaded to make room for the likes of Mendes, especially at a price tag. Whatever about bringing in maybe a left back for 5-10 million, a young lad from Brazil or Portugal, whatever, who's not very well known, and you plan on just developing him, that's completely fine at that price, and it'll probably be on low wages. But if you're bringing in a 50 million left back who other big clubs are competing with you for to sign, he has to play. He has to play, and he has to deliver the goods regularly at that price tag. And that just unfortunately means that you'd have to get rid of the likes of, like I said, Mendy or Zinchenko. And then that also brings into the equation the happiness of the players. Is Cancelo going to be willing to either substitute or rotate regularly with Walker when he's good enough to start every single week? Is like I know we spoke about what Mendy wants. Is he happy enough to play absolutely nothing? Is Zinchenko happy enough to play pretty well nothing if you have Cancelo and Mendes, who will most likely be the left backs? It's a really, really tricky one. And before you go and put pen to paper and sign a player for 50 mil, you have to know exactly what the rest of the players in the squad have in their plans. Sorry, I'm ranting on. Joe, do you have any input on that, mate?
Yeah, I mean, that was why I said we didn't need a left back either. If we're going to just... Our left back is only a left back defensively when we don't have the ball. When we have the ball, centre back. So, do we need a left back? No,
really. I don't think so. I think as City fans, we're very used to the narrative of the last 2 or 3 years of saying, oh, we've won this or we've struggled there without a left back. In reality, we're actually quite spoiled for choice in left backs right now. When you have Cancelo, you have Zinchenko, and you have potentially Ake, who I firmly believe can do a job there if he was called upon. And you've also got Mendy, who
got Laporte, who's played there before as well.
Exactly. You've got players who can fill that role. We're not desperate for a left back. I personally, I completely leave defense this summer. I completely leave it out. We don't need centre halves. We don't need rifles.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly. I say that the positions we go for is if Fernandinho leaves, you bring in a replacement for him, and then just a striker. And then you wait to see how things unfold with wingers and midfielders, and you work.
No, Comex. I am Irish. I completely agree with that.
That was just salty that his national team is a hot, steamy pile of shite and can't win.
Forza Polska. Come on.
Hit subscribe. No, Comex. Hit subscribe, please. We're trying to hit.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Please be the 160th. Please be the 160th. We really need to hit this. Just for my sanity.
Right, we move on to
He hit it! 160! Yes! Boom! What a guy! You're the man! Big up fucking Poland! Welcome! Join the Discord and we'll get you on screen. Join the Discord and we'll get you on screen. That's the fucking boy. We're having a good conversation about City. You're the man! Just subbed. Yes, bro. That's sick. 160. We really appreciate that. Thank you, all of you. I know there's 155 of you not watching, but big up you anyway. Oh, that's class. 160. We're fucking massive.
40 more for the target for the end of the season. Simple. 200
by the end of the season would be fucking nuts. We're having a good conversation about signings and transfers. I'm not going to be able to try to pronounce that name. I'm just going to call you No, because that's the easiest word to pronounce your name. What club do you support?
It's Snonomex.
Nice.
Right.
Nice. What club do you support? Do you support a Premier League club or a Polish club or Wagwan?
Wagwan.
Listen to this, right? Paddy Power tweeted saying Nick Pope hasn't conceded a goal in any of his 6 games for England so far, highlighting the benefits of having a keeper with normal arms. Then they replied, to be fair, Nick Pope could have played this game via Zoom. Right, we're going to midfield, right? We're going to move on to midfield here. That any midfielders you would sell or can't see leaving. 1 of the 2.
Fernandinho. And
yeah, he'll go. That's only.
They're the only 2 I can see leaving. They're the only 2 I think. That was basically, we'll go through the squad seeing who you could see leave, not who will leave, who you could see moving on. We're going into midfield now because we've left the defence. We don't need to do anything apart from whoever's leaving already. Like, we know Garcia's off. Apart from that, we just leave it.
I forgot about that. Garcia's off.
But we're moving on to midfield. The only 2 midfielders I can see going is Fernandinho and Gundogan. They're the only 2 I can see going.
Even Gundogan's
not leaving.
I'm not saying but I'm not saying he will go. I'm saying I can see him leaving. Which is what you asked.
There's no midfielders leaving, bar possibly Fernandinho, depending on how the
club. I think Gundogan could leave, but I don't think he will.
Fernandinho's in a different position though to Aguero. Even they're both of age, like where you start wondering if they're going to move on. Fernandinho this season, when he's been called upon, he's absolutely smashed it. And he's played quite a bit of football for 35
years. To be fair, if you said he was 25, you'd believe you. You believe him.
Yeah, facts, absolutely. So Fernandinho, there's a genuine possibility that City offer him a 1-year contract on the wages he's currently on because he's good enough. Because if they don't, there will be another club in Europe prepared to offer him the money he's on right now. And I fully believe that because he's done really, really well this season. And I think there is another year in Fernandinho at City left where he's not the starting centre defensive mid, Rodri does, but Fernandinho plays a similar role to what he's done this season, whereby he comes on with 15, 20 minutes to go and just fucking steadies out the ship. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does fantastically well. He just steadies out the ship. And things are a bit shaky. We possibly look like conceding. He comes on, may get himself a yellow card, but he will steady the ship. So I would love to see him personally get another year. Because we might get to see him then with the fans in the stadium as well. But will we move on to wingers and attackers, will we?
Hang on. Talking about the game, Milik is on for Poland. If anyone's interested in the game. But attackers, probably. Second half's underway.
He looks better.
Attackers. Mahrez. We know Aguero's gone. We won't mention him. Mahrez.
I sometimes forget who plays.
Like, who else apart from Mahrez would actually, like,
Jesus?
Could you see leaving? I don't think Jesus will leave.
Aguero's gone. Staying.
The thing is, if
Aguero's gone, so we won't mention him. But
It looks a little bit like to me. I could be completely wrong, and this is just paper talk. That City potentially could. They've obviously got rid of Aguero already. Get rid of Jesus as well. Bring Haaland in and make Danny Ings the backup. That's two.
Now, if that was to happen, right, I'd back it. In all honesty, I'd back it.
I'm
I'd rather
just
see
looking at
the
City
lap as a
squad, so
backup than buy Danny Ings.
There's some players in the first team squad that we obviously don't
Ooh.
play regularly, like young lads like Luke and Bete, Felix Nemecha, Claudio Gomez, Tommy Doyle. I would imagine some of these lads will lead the summer. They're obviously young lads playing with the EDS more regularly than the first team, but that EDS team are so exceptional and they're all so good that they won't be willing
Isn't
to continue
Betty
playing.
EDS or is he not under 19s?
He plays both, doesn't he? He plays EDS and
Because
19.
I think he might just go up to the EDS, like just proper EDS for a season, and then be decided after that.
I would be very surprised if we don't offer Liam Delap proper first team football regularly next season, like regularly enough, more so than he's had this year, which is very minimal. I'd be very surprised if he's still. I'd be very surprised if he's still.
If we're gonna sell Jesus and then buy a second striker, I'd rather just let Haaland have that spot. Why waste money?
I'll have Haaland have a spot.
No,
you can get Ings on lower wages than what Jesus is on.
Yeah, but why buy Ings when you've got the lap? I'd rather use the lap as a secondary striker.
I don't think Pep is in the business of using players.
Oh no, I don't think he would. But
business risk taking, right? Danny Ings for what 40 million to come off the bench and score goals, because that's why he'd be there for. Obviously, Jesus comes on because he is an overall better footballer than Danny Ings. But Danny Ings better putting the ball in the back of the net. What do you want a backup striker to come on and do? Put balls in the back of the net.
I mean,
my guess is what will happen is they get my guess if they were to get Haaland and Ings in the scenario that I just laid out for you, and get rid of Jesus, is that Haaland obviously, number 9 shirt's his. He that's his position, but just to not burn him out he's so young. You have to. It's kind of easy to forget how young he is. That he's not someone you want to play every single week for 90 minutes. You want to get the best out of him every time he's out in the pitch. So Ings would be fantastic to give 20 minutes at the end of each game if we've won it, and then you rotate that backup position between Delap and Ings. But it just depends on whether Delap is willing to have that role, because he's similar to Haaland in the sense that he's looking like he's going to be a real fucking talent, and whether he wants to, if he sees himself fighting for his position at City, or if he wants to go elsewhere where someone will actually offer him real football, and that's no doubtably in the question. There will be clubs in Europe and England who are willing to say to Delap, you come in, you'll be at the very least our second choice striker, if not our first.
Yeah. What Reynolds just said, Ings' record is the same as Jesus, but Jesus has got the same goals with 2 less years and in less games. The stats don't lie, but when you look at the players play,
Danny's done it in a worse team.
Yeah, no, the stats say Jesus, but when you look at them play,
Danny Ings' secondary player is Nathan Redmond.
Yeah, exactly.
Che Adams, who changed his nationality to Scottish.
What's actually here? You can put together the goal stats, right? Put together the amount of big chances that Jesus misses, and compare them to Danny Ings.
Danny Ings puts most of them away, the ones that Jesus misses. That's the thing. And Danny Ings is so fucking clinical. It's unbelievable.
The only thing that stops him is his horrible ACL record. The only thing that we've got against
him.
Right?
0-0. No, so let's say we're going into stop. Let's say we're going 5 minutes, 10 minutes left, and obviously there'll be a bit of stoppage time. You're drawing 0-0 with a team where you've created chances, but no one's putting it away. You have a choice to come on between Gabriel Jesus or Danny Ings to do what you can to get a winner. Who are you bringing on?
Danny Ings. And hear me out in this, right? Reynolds makes a point there that Jesus and Ings have scored 48 goals each since 2015, but Jesus has played less games and 2 years less. Well, think about this, Reynolds. How many chances a game does Ings get, or do Southampton create, in comparison to Jesus and City? City create far more chances than Southampton, and Ings still has the same amount of goals as them. And Ings has been injured for a huge amount of his career, but he's hit a purple patch in the last 2 years.
ACL, not 4. He done it twice. And then he gets his little niggling injuries now and again as well.
Danny Ings has scored 8 goals this season. Sterling has 9 from the wing. But you can't compare the chances created between Southampton and City. They're two different worlds. City are a team with all the ball all the time, chance after chance after chance. And Jesus misses a huge amount of those chance after chance after chances.
So
Ings failed at Liverpool because he did his ACL a couple of times. That's why he didn't make it.
Right? Sterling should, by right, with the amount of big chances he misses, should have about 15 goals already.
Yeah, the amount of one-on-ones he misses and
airballs. He fucking treated him at West Ham away. Remember West Ham away? That was a dreadful game.
Renners, I understand what you're saying about Jesus and Ings' argument. And listen, Jesus is still a very, very good footballer. But
if you could sell Jesus and buy Ings for less than you got for Jesus, you'd do it.
Oh, yeah,
the only way I look at it.
And think about this.
If you would lose money by selling Jesus and buying Ings, you wouldn't do it. Why would you do it?
No, you wouldn't. No, why?
161.
What? No way. I don't believe you.
Nice. Yeah, so if you could sell Jesus for what, like 60 and then...
Sorry.
If you sell Jesus for like 60 and then you could buy Ings for like 40 or 50, you'd do it. Because you earn money, you still earn money and get arguably, well, you get definitely a better finisher.
Think about this. If you get Ings in and get rid of Jesus, Ings' wages are cheaper than Jesus. I fully believe that. You pay less wages to Ings than you will to Jesus. And that little extra bit of free wage money you can use towards paying someone like Haaland. You know what I mean? Think about that. We just have
this all depends on shifting on Jesus, though.
Like Tesco, every little helps.
But listen, this is us three lads sitting here in our houses watching England Poland talking about this. We know for a fact that Pep loves Jesus. He
won't move him on.
No.
Oh no, he will stay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he signs a new contract because he's only got 2 years after this year.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. I genuinely agree.
I'm saying filthy stat, right? Torres has 17 goals and assists in 25 starts for club and country.
He just scored today as well.
Yeah, that's how they've counted that. That is a filthy stat. What a player.
According to the stats, Sterling and Mahrez have missed more chances than Jesus this season. Should we get rid of Sterling? Good stat, runners. I don't know. You want to take this? One of you?
To be fair, they've played more than Jesus, I'd say.
Yeah, they have. But also...
Nick Pope, what are you doing?
They play very different roles, though. Jesus is he's meant to be there to score goals at the end of the day. Jesus or Sterling and Mahrez are there to create them on the wing, which is what a winger's primary role is. But listen, Renners, we're just having a conversation. Really,
we're just talking because the game's boring, so we're just trying to fill time.
Honestly,
really.
right, if you found out that someone put in 110 million for Sterling,
they'd sell him. They'd sell him. I don't know what I would
do.
But
I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing if you get that?
Who's putting in the bid?
Madrid. No English clubs. Fuck off the English clubs. They won't do that.
Yeah, no. If it's an English club, I'm saying no. If it's Madrid, I'm possibly saying yes. this is such a tough question.
Depends how much you get. Depends how much you get.
Renners, what are you doing? What are you doing, Renners? Yeah, you're right. It's definitely an interesting debate. But listen to this. Answer Dara's question, Renners. What are you doing if a non-English club, a Madrid or PSG, offer 110 million for Sterling, which is big money? Are you selling him or are you saying nah? We're going to stand by him and keep him up the club. Bearing in mind,
I'd ask for more.
He does offer.
You always try and negotiate, right? But if you can't, then
if 110 million is the final offer, is what we're saying.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
It's such a tricky one.
I would want more than 110. I would sell him eventually, but I'm talking 130 plus.
Okay,
Madrid and Barca have no money.
Trying to get 150.
Madrid and Barca have no money.
In a world if they do have money, right? I'm not
always has money.
Madrid always has money. They pull it out their ass from somewhere.
Madrid may not have. Listen. Madrid may not have money sitting in their bank account, but listen to this, right? They literally run the banks in Spain, Madrid. The whole country is behind Madrid. So if Madrid go to the bank and say, we want to buy Sterling for 120 million, and the bank say, you don't have the money, Madrid go, are you literally about to bounce a check off us, Real Madrid, and tell us no? And then risk all of our following all around the world not using your bank and this, that, the
Oh,
other.
that should have been a penalty.
The power Madrid have.
No, it was in our
with
box.
money it's unlimited, Renners. Madrid have an unlimited amount of money regardless of how much they physically have. They can spend what the fuck they like because no bank is going to bounce a check off Real Madrid. The royal family are behind Real Madrid. The Spanish
I like what
royal
Renner
family are
said
behind
there.
Real Madrid.
Keep Sterling, and who can we replace him with? Jack Grealish.
Sterling said 2 years ago he would love to play for Madrid. Yeah, like most players want to play for Madrid. I heard rumors today that Salah is looking like he's going to go to Madrid this summer. Do you guys hear about that?
He was talking to Marco, I think, and he was basically saying, who knows what my future holds.
But he didn't say this season. He said he'd like to. He said he wouldn't mind playing in Spain. He won't finish his career at Liverpool. He actually seems to be getting a fucking.
Dara,
He seems to be enjoying it. Sorry.
Salah said last summer after they just won the Premier League.
Oh, he did, didn't he? He said something, didn't he?
He said someone interviewed him and somewhere said, how long do you plan on staying in Liverpool? And he goes, I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing, I won't be finishing my career at Liverpool. So, and I think Madrid, they realise they're in the shitter, and players like Salah, players like Sterling, players like even possibly Delap or Haaland can help them get back to where they usually are, which is on the very top of Spanish and European football.
I'll find something out. His contract is up 2023. He's got 2 years after this. I could see them moving him on at the end of this season.
They're trying to tie him down, though, aren't they? They're trying to tie him down.
Jack Grealish is not the same class as Sterling. Yeah, but realistically, who else is going to replace Sterling if we were to sell him?
Renners, if Sterling was to go tomorrow, and Sheikh Mansour said you can have whoever the fuck you want in the world playing that left wing role. Who's not at the club right now? Who is it? Who's not at the club right now? What's happened?
Poland scored.
Poland gave it away. I hate that I'm cheering that, but Forza Polska.
Forza Polska. To be fair, I couldn't give a shit.
I'm sorry,
England.
I'm not laughing at John Stones. I love the man. I have a picture of him on my wall, but I'm laughing at England.
Did you make mistakes, Stones?
That's
a bit of a heavy touch.
No. I'm just seeing it now.
That's gonna send his confidence down the fucking drain.
Stonesy.
That sends his confidence down the fucking drain, unfortunately. But
Diaz will have to help him back into his head.
Fuck Gareth Southgate. He shouldn't have started him for this game.
Now, Maguire, right? You see what? Let's say you replace Maguire there with Diaz and that happens. Diaz goes over to him, pats him on the back of the head, gives him a slap on the arse. You go, it's okay. It's okay, right? Maguire just sits there and goes.
Because he's Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
he got
even
caught
right.
Badly there,
that is. Oh, he got caught out very bad. It's a very bad mistake, right? But that is the difference. Difference in mentality between our team to fucking, let's say United. Take my Harry Maguire for example. The difference in that's the bloke who plays for Brighton. The difference between the two is ridiculous. Harry Maguire has not got a winning mentality, right? He doesn't have the mentality where he goes, right, my teammates just conceded, go over there, console him, and be like, look, it'll be fine. We can still win this. Keep your head up, right? Whereas if Diaz, if that happens at City, Diaz got straight over to him, and John Stones feels like everything's right in the world, especially if they score again, which England probably will.
Look, I think Stones has built up enough character this season to bounce back from this. He'll be fine.
I fucking hope so, right? Because Diaz will be in his DMs later. He'd be like, look, so what happened.
He doesn't run his own social media, so it'll be a WhatsApp.
Oh, but then, yeah, he'd be in his WhatsApp. And he'd go, look, I saw what happened there. Don't worry about it. I love you to death. Right? Don't forget.
He'll be fine, Dara. He'll be fine. He still scored more than he's conceded.
Renner says, I would sell Sterling if we could get Sancho.
Can't see it down
on
the stream.
You can't say, fuck, I'm trying to show up my picture again. Right? Them two men love each other.
Be fine. Again. Sancho. Not for me.
Not for me either.
Not for me.
Jadon Sancho is an excellent footballer, but him having if we can waiver that 15% clause, that is going to leaps. That is going to do leaps and bounds in us on hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, been
Sorry, is
that,
it
and you've
15%?
been like 20. It's like 15%, I think, which would equate to if they were to sell him for 120, it'd be like 17 million.
Oh, they keep focusing on Stones. I hope he fucking scores. I won't celebrate, but I hope he scores. Just be like, yeah, look at me.
You won't celebrate. Yes, you will. It's John. Better
I'll go
fucking
get him.
celebrate.
Football, you expect players and fans to put club matters aside for England. What a load of bullshit. Yeah, international football really can ruin a player's mentality, particularly when we've got a game against Leicester on Saturday. You just wonder, is this going to affect Pep's decision on who he picks? Is it going to be Laporte Diaz now, maybe?
What has Laporte been called up for France at all?
No,
no.
because managers are grumpy with him.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, fair enough, right? But think of it this way, right? Who's Didier Deschamps calling up over him? He's not.
Varane.
Clement Longley is one of the worst centre backs I've ever seen.
Pretty sure Kurt Zuma's in the squad as well.
Is Varane French?
Yeah.
Varane's French, yeah.
Yeah, but
He's a
Varane
good
kind
baller.
of deserves to be in there.
Jesus turned him into spaghetti at the Etihad. The spaghetti had.
Yeah. He picked 4 goalkeepers in his 26-man squad. He could have picked an extra like outfield player, but no, he decides to pick a goalkeeper.
Areola, Lloris, Mainan,
Mandanda.
and who? Steve Mandanda.
He picked a 4th goalkeeper instead of another outfield player because that's how much he doesn't want to pick Laporte.
He must have that Sane attitude. He must have the Sane attitude where everyone hates him and he's just a prick. That's what Sane had. Like, think about it, right? Joachim Low dropped him from the team. Pep dropped him from the team for a season.
Pep dropped him because he got a sulk on because he never got picked in the German squad. And that ended up with him basically going, well, I want to leave now because Bayern want me and you won't play me.
He's had an awful time at Bayern as well.
He hasn't. He hasn't had an awful time.
He's played well this season.
He hasn't had a great time.
Have you seen his goal and assist return?
Mate, have you seen the amount of times he's come on? He's not starting nearly as much as... Like, he went there, right?
Yeah, but Dara, to say he's had a rotten time...
I was over-exaggerating, you know what I mean? But what?
He hasn't had the greatest of times, no, but he ain't been bad.
He's a smashing player, Sane. He'll do well.
Oh,
they signed him for like 45 million. I mean, I don't know what they're complaining about. Peanuts.
Can't get more of a bargain than that. Sane for 45 million. The guy's a freak. Sancho is better than Grealish. Debate.
Two different players, man. You can't just say one's better than the other. Grealish is an attacking midfielder who can play on the wing. Sancho's a winger. Sancho's an out-and-out winger.
Yeah.
Two completely different players, man. That's like trying to compare Sterling.
Ilkay Gundogan's got a pen. Whack out the t-shirt again. Whack out the t-shirt again.
That's like...
Show us the name.
Both wingers. No, they're not Renners. Right? Grealish is not a winger. He just plays out wide.
They are two different players, right? That's like comparing Sterling to Auer. Honestly.
Grealish at Villa though, yeah, he lines up out wide, but he very much has a free role. He
plays everywhere.
He very much has a freedom to play wherever he wants.
Right, he's like Foden. You could say he's out wide. Is he really out wide? Most of the time, he just comes in.
No.
It's like Cancelo. He's set up as a right back. Where the f does he play?
Midfield.
I thought he plays everywhere. That fella. You'll see him sometimes at right back, part-time midfielder, part-time striker, part-time goalkeeper.
Yeah, Redders. It says online Grealish is a winger for sure because that's where he lines up in the starting 11. But you'll see when you watch Villa that he's everywhere. He runs wherever he wants. They give him the freedom to play.
If you watch Villa, he's not really a winger. He's almost like a wide attacking midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he plays a similar role to De Bruyne. Very similar role to De Bruyne. He takes that channel on the edge of the box, on either side of the pitch. But he can also get in the box and score. He's very versatile, Grealish, which is why he'd be fantastic to have in the squad, because if you do have injuries or you're plagued with injuries, which we've been very fortunate this season, particularly, we've not been very plagued with injuries, but it will happen at some stage, the same way Liverpool had it this season. That Grealish is so versatile that you can slot him in absolutely everywhere. I believe Grealish would be fantastic at that false 9 role.
That was literally what I was about to say. Grealish will be an unreal false 9. I'm telling you now, right?
He'd be sick. And
That
he'd
is
score
fucking
double the goals
crazy.
He'd score double the goals Jesus would score.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he'd create more than Jesus too.
Yeah, but like he's a smashing player, Grealish. But the only thing stopping him playing for us is the price tag.
Do you know, Aston Villa website of him as a winger says he can play in the middle. It says he's a winger because that's technically where he does play most of his football. But he's a winger like Ziyech is a winger. He's not a winger. Isn't a winger.
He's just versatile, Grealish, and he'd be a fantastic asset. That it's for any team to have a player that can play that many positions and do it effectively is a huge asset. And there's no denying that. Whether you like,
I think if he was to come and play, sign for us and play for us, I think he'd play more in the middle than he would out wide.
Oh, I will say one thing, right? This shouldn't be like, I do not like Jack Grealish as a person, right? I don't like him as a bloke, but I think that still speaks volume for a football opinion that I'd still want him at the club.
He's one of the lads, Grealish. He's one of the lads.
It's not that. It's still the Ireland thing that bugs me a little bit, and the fact he seems like a prick.
No,
I will never let that go. But I tell you one thing, right? I'd prefer the way he did Ireland to the way Declan Rice did Ireland. That was just nonsense.
Yeah, well, I mean, what both of them did to Ireland is pretty annoying from an Irish perspective, but he's just cheeky, Grealish, man. He's got a bit of personality, more so than most professional footballers these days. Whether you like it or not, he's just one lad. Listen, he's a young lad, he's a young, good-looking lad with a load of cash and probably has the choice of most women he wants. He just does like what you and I would do as well if we were in that position.
Look, respect to him, and all power to him on that. I just don't like the Ireland situation. That's why I don't like him as a bloke. It's not because of anything. That's a bad tackle, Ken. Fuck.
Guess who his first match was against? Who? Grealish runners. Tell me who the first match was against.
City wasn't. He tore us apart one season. He tore us apart.
Did he not come off the bench and he's
brilliant
debut against us and just?
He's brilliant. I remember. Sure, I remember it.
I swear he came off the bench against us and absolutely tore us a new one.
He's only about 19 or 20 as well when he came out.
And he still had his shin pads low.
And he had that awful, like his hair's bad now, but back then he had a fade with a full-on blowback. It was horrific.
Oh man, but listen, lads, to just get back onto that conversation of the summer, it's going to be a mental summer, I reckon, an absolutely mental summer.
I said that about last summer. Oh, Foden's in. Go on, Phil. Poor on his weak foot. Poor.
Stones. Hopefully that doesn't knock his confidence. Hopefully not. It shouldn't do.
Oh, yeah.
We just had that conversation. We just had that conversation. I think Darren made a point about the difference between playing with Maguire in that situation over playing with Diaz in that situation.
Two different mentalities. Diaz goes over and picks him up. Maguire just throws his arms, acting like a prick. Because he doesn't have a mentality about him at all. He says, "Oh, I'm 80 million. I don't have to do anything to prove that now. I'm just chilling out." Whereas Diaz came in. Like, if you were to sell Diaz, right, you're getting. Factor in the fact he's a centre back, probably getting about 90 to 100 million, right? Probably a bit more. But Sam Maguire now, you're not getting what you pay back.
Well, Renner's just put Maguire is shit. He is Renner's.
Maguire is shit, right? I said he was a decent baller, but I've watched him since that comment and I retract it. He's shit, right? It's not even just his football ability that makes him shit. It's mentality is the main factor.
Man United captain as well. Man United captain.
How is he the captain, right? There's not one player on that United team that you look at them and think captain. Is there?
The thing about this, I know we're City fans and we hate Man United and all that, but if you compare Harry Maguire to previous like big United captains, it's just different. It's chalk and cheese, mate. It's chalk and cheese.
Harry Maguire as a captain compared to Roy Keane as a captain is not a debate and will never be a debate.
No.
Yeah, at least we all agree on that one, Renners. We all agree on Maguire is shit. At least we all agree on that one.
We do. But in terms of like, Stones making that mistake, you do have to worry because we know from history with Stones that mistakes can really knock his confidence, and he's not really made a mistake like that this season, definitely for City. So it's just kind of like a fingers crossed sort of thing where he's got to play less for his time.
If Diaz gets straight onto him after on the WhatsApp, just being like, "I love you, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's only England. You come back here, you're still 13 points top of the league. You've had nearly as good a season as Diaz himself. you're fucking rocking the boat, aren't you? Like, if you get into his head as Diaz being like, it's fine, because Maguire didn't do that. Right, here comes Stones now. Let's see. There's a good pass. We're fine.
Yeah, well, it's not the thing is though. It's not Diaz's responsibility either to carry
Of course
Stones.
it's not, but he's going to take it upon himself. You've seen him throughout the season. Like, I remember the first game I properly remember Stones being a beast, right? The first time in my head was Chelsea away, right? That's when his fortunes properly turned him. And he was playing well before that. But then, and every time he did something nice, like I remember he jumped into the stand at one stage after clearing the ball. Diaz was right over to him, hand on the shoulder, slap him on the arse, being like, well done, you're fucking sick, right? That's what it was. That's fueling him. That's fueling him being like, yeah, maybe I am sick. You know what I mean? So Diaz has given himself that responsibility. And he's running with it. And it's making everyone better.
The party's probably rubbing his hands together.
I
I mean, he
agree.
could be, but I doubt he's watching.
Twirling his little mustache sat at home.
I
not
doubt
being
he's
called up.
watching. It's international football. I mean, we didn't really want to watch it, but
I'm not.
content's content.
I've got it on. I just want to do a stream.
I
And I was
bet
doing
the
you're not
port's
gonna do
clipped it to Pep. Never
I
know.
was meant to have a rendezvous, but it was cancelled.
You never know, Renners. He could have gone, hi, Pep. You look at that. Stone's made a
See that,
mistake
Pepe?
and it cost England a goal. You
See
saying?
that, Peppy boy? I wouldn't do that now.
I won't do that. Just gloss over the
I
Tottenham
agree,
game.
I agree with Renners though. I don't think it'll affect Stones. I think Stones is he's
it
built.
doesn't.
Hold on, he's built a mentality in his head clearly in the last 12 months that he's not going to be knocked that easily the way he used to be. He's more mature. He's got a lot more experience under his belt now. I think he'd be perfectly fine. I think he'd be fine.
He'll be fine, Dara. Don't stress your little head about it.
You promised. You promised.
You've got the picture. He'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Diaz got booked yesterday. Well, he's playing again. He's playing alongside Jose Font, who's about 40 years old, approaching a bus pass.
He'll be all right, Stones. He'll be all right.
He's come back from worse.
I think Sterling and Foden have both played quite well in this game.
Sterling had a great little run there before half time where like he cut through about 4 players and then Camille Gluck just.
Dara, are you
made it
looking
brilliant.
at chat?
No. Yeah, take a look. The parts probably runs. Dara, it's Ireland. That's shit, no Stones. We are shit.
That's a foul.
Oh man, Kane is sick. I'd love him at City.
Oh, he's such a good baller, man. Like, honestly, if it came out, we don't get Haaland and we get Kane, you're still buzzing. He's a
Just
fucking
happy.
beast.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, me and Joe were actually talking yesterday, right? And it was just, I was trying to find out stats of Shane Long. And the top scorer is Harry Kane this season. Top assister is Harry Kane this season.
in the Prem.
It's,
Yep.
yeah. Like, he has 17 goals, 14 assists, I think it was, right? So that's 31 goal contributions in 29 games.
In goal. Who's going to take this then?
Foden, it looks like.
Is that Calvin Phillips running up for it?
Yeah. Do you know what, right? Now, this bugs me. I don't know if I've ever said this on stream. I've definitely said it to you, right? So, do you ever see when Liverpool are gearing up to take a free kick? And obviously, you have a great free kick taker there in Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Which begs the question, why does Jordan Henderson stand over every free kick as if he's about to fucking curl it in? Right? Over the last 3 years, let's say, right? Arnold has been an elite free kick taker. Not once have I seen Jordan Henderson ever kick a free kick. So do you think the defender's sitting there thinking, oh, I wonder who's going to kick this? No, fucking not. Like Jordan Henderson, good player.
He's waiting to throw a curveball at some point and for him to just try and smash it and it go in Rosette.
My
He can
guess is that Henderson's standing there for the time where it may hit the wall and then they go on a counter attack.
That
That's a
striker
shame,
at
but-
Everton looks better than Ings. I forgot his name. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Renners. I'm not a fan, to be honest.
Opsky.
You'd have to be a fan. He's a good player, but he's not nearly on the caliber we should be going for.
Carol, hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're watching Poland and England here now. England seem to have all the ball though. think one each is a good
We're
result.
watching Gareth Southgate ball.
Hit subscribe, hit the like, everyone who hasn't done already.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Renners. He's doing well for Everton, but you know, I think we're above that. So I am on it, Renners. I know names. I know names.
That tweet better do a bit of numbers now. I think I'm talking absolute facts. Yeah, please, you don't mind looking retweet. Everyone. That goes for everyone.
Please, Dara is desperate.
Please, right? It's just Dara Rebel. That's the app. I'm lucky this and that.
Oh, it's the Diaz Maguire thing.
Actually, I just thought of it there, right? We were talking about that United captaincy thing. The only person I can see getting that is Luke Shaw. He's fucking sick, him.
Bruno will get it because he shouts and he looks like a rat.
Yeah, but Bruno is the same type of player where he would just be a prick and go at the referee. Like, that is just old Jordan Henderson. I remember when Jordan Henderson was first made Liverpool captain.
Anyway, why are we discussing United captains anyway? Let's
no,
move
sorry,
on from
it's just that Harry Maguire thing.
Yeah, let's just move on. Maguire's shit. We established that. We move.
He also cost 20 million more than Ruben Diaz. So it's fine.
He's better than Ings. He scored 14 goals. Patrick Bamford has 14 goals.
Yeah, Patrick Bamford is the biggest Tory I'll ever come across. I know I've nothing against Tories at all, but he's just British, right?
You know how much Everton will actually want for Calvert-Lewin as well? They want loads.
Oh, 60, 70 million.
They'll want loads. There'd be no point. He'd be if we were to sign him, he would be the main man because there's no way we sell Jesus and get him for profit. Not a chance. I don't know. We are thinking of options. Kane has 17 goals and 14 assists. His return is unreal this season.
Yeah, and he's doing in the Premier League, which is the crazy part.
Shame he plays for Tottenham. He's got an Audi Cup.
It's got an Audi Cup.
Audi Cup, and he'll hopefully have a Carabao Cup runners-up medal by the end of this season. Hopefully.
Oh, thank God.
I forgot Spurs are in the final.
It's no more.
I keep forgetting Spurs are in the final of that. They got there when they were doing all right. Yeah,
they're in dire need of something out there. They need something to injure because we were remember we were in the takeaway and I had Tottenham on. They were dire. There was
He'll be 28 in the summer though. Yeah, he's just getting on a little bit, Harry Kane. I think he's 27.
Yeah, you have him, right? Honest to God, you have him playing at the top level. The way he plays, the way he's settled to play, he doesn't rely on pace. He's not like Vardy where he'd rely on pace to be his main output. Just he's going to be a lethal finisher until he's 33, 34. And he's still going to have that aggression that he has. The backing into people maybe a bit much, right? But he's just...
Honestly, I could see him doing that in a training session to Diaz and Diaz just kicking him or something. He's snapping his ankles.
Yeah, grab him by the throat, headbutt and break his nose.
Because we know how fragile his ankles are these days.
Oh yeah, true. His ankles are made of cheese, aren't they?
His wife ain't bad.
Go on, Renners. Priorities.
Have you ever right where it was Peter Crouch tweeted saying, "Well done, Man City, Shark Team this year." It was a couple of years ago when 100 points, right? He goes, "Well done, City, Shark Team this year." And someone replied, some City fan replied, "Cheers, Crouch, you're going to stop wanking into your pictures of your wife now." And then he goes, "Cheers, mate, that'd be great."
And it's just, how's that ugly twat put that? Money, he's got an MBE as well, apparently, that counts for something.
Harry Kane was?
Harry Kane MBE?
Actually, Crouch just misses. Jesus. But he has a quote where it's like, "What would you be if you went to football?" And Peter Crouch said, "A virgin."
Yep.
That's truly excellent quote, that is. Well done.
It is. Peter Crouch misses.
Prick.
Peter Crouch's misses his mint.
This
yeah.
Renners has got priorities here.
Have you not seen the Paddy Power ad that she's in? Because not where he does the Paddy Power ads.
He has a few ads with her, I think.
Paddy Power, they have funny ads. I tell you what was shite though. Like Hugh, you'll know. I know Joe won't know this. Remember when Milan came to Tala to play Rovers?
Mm,
Do you remember Paddy Power had the banners up?
very vaguely.
Yeah, it was shite. It was just like, oh, Zlatan has a Ferrari. We have Dublin bus or something stupid like that. It wasn't funny.
Cringe, man.
Oh, it was awful.
I
And, like,
think
they
that
were
you
up
should
everywhere.
sign players on how fit their missus is. You think so, Renners?
That should be, yeah. Whereas Haaland, you can go on how fit his mum is because he's 19.
Yeah. His mom's definitely like 45.
Trying to get into MILF territory, are we, Dara?
Maybe. Depends. Are you with me, Joe?
And this game is
What's
dead.
your Minecraft
This
stream
game
tonight
is
if anyone's
dead.
up for it? What do you think?
I kind of wish Lewandowski was playing here just to watch him. This is crap.
He would slaughter Harry Maguire.
Oh, this is awful. Joe, are you up for a Minecraft stream now?
Depends, because we're going to record, aren't we?
We'll be done recording in a while. Like,
I'm going to edit it, so I don't have to do it.
I'm sure it'll be a fairly basic video.
It will be, yeah, but I've still got to do it, innit?
Hugh, would you be up for playing some Minecraft if I don't treat you like a toddler again?
Yes. She would treat
Right.
me well.
Now, Hugh, there's a way, right? There's a series of books, if you really want to go into it. It's a series of books.
Not the...
Reasons.
There's a series of tutorial books, and Dara wants you to read them.
No.
I'll buy them for you.
You can buy them. You can buy them and I'll put them on the bookshelf.
I promise you I'll read them.
Yeah, I might do.
I have one book, right? And I've not read it. Because Zara got it for me for Christmas. I've not read it yet, but I plan on doing it. It's that.
Champagne football.
It's Joe, it's about John Delaney who ran the FAI into the ground for like 20 years. Not bad. He's the reason Irish football is where it is.
Not this again, Dara, please. We moved on from the subject of Irish football. We established it was shite. For Minecraft, it's not rocket science.
Yeah. Is that Renner's taking the piss out of him?
Renner's again. To be fair,
Renner's, you're wearing.
I reckon Renner's Jr. plays Minecraft a little bit. So
I'd say Renner's is a big man for PC games. Wouldn't surprise me if he's on it.
Doesn't he have a gaming laptop or something?
Yeah, he said something along the lines of that, didn't he? I saw you playing FM20, Renner's.
he
FM20
loves a bit of
is
FM20.
Go back to
yeah, but
go back to
he said before the reason why he plays FM20 is because he's got a really good save that you don't want to leave.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, didn't he?
What Irish birds like? Do they bang? Have a look at Dara's misses and get back to me on that.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna send it to Zara, and she's never gonna want to talk to you ever.
I don't want to talk to her anyway. I can't speak, dog.
Whoa. Whoa. Downfall of the 1894.
Are you regretting treating me like a child on Minecraft now, are you?
Communicado official Dara has left the scene.
Treatment, you prick.
Oh man, it's too good. You walked into that one, mate. You walked into that one.
Say anything.
Bang. No, they don't. They don't. Very few. Very few. I'm only asking Dara's missus. She's lovely.
Where?
Oh my god! Jesus, where'd that come from?
Goal.
Goal?
It's a goal. But for who, Chris Kamara? Harry Maguire.
Fuck's sake.
Still shit. He's still shit. I maintain he's still awful.
No, that tweet is going to bang for all the wrong reasons. Maguire, selfish prick, not even over near Stones. A few of the boys went straight to Stones.
Stones knocks it back, and then he just smashes it.
That's a great.
Stones did class there.
I mean, it's a great. It's just
well done, Stones. That's it.
Stones did really well to put that back there. I mean, that's what I'm concentrating on because he's a City player. So
I like the way Maguire went down to Stones.
If you were saying before that mistake might have affected his confidence, he's just got an assist. Mud. mudded. Opinion mudded, Dara.
Confidence
It
in
was-
Basco.
It wasn't an opinion more than a concern.
Concern mudded.
Yeah, concern mudded, hopefully. Fuck me.
He's just got fucking assist. Renners just put, I bet Hugh has a few birds on the go.
What do you say that, Renners?
What do you say that?
Oh no. Reece James coming on for Phil Foden. Does that mean we're going to go to a 3? Oh, mate.
I like that respect for Maguire for Stones.
Yeah, he went over and hugged him saying cheers for the assist. He didn't say, oh, look at that first one, mate. I know I trashed my arms, but I always
We're
believed in you."
going to a 3 with Carl Walker right centre-back.
And
Is that not
2
good, no?
holding midfielders.
And 2 holding, oh my God. Gareth Southgate ball.
Oh, no, Reece James is pushing up high. Still shit.
But he's a wing back.
He's not shit. Reece James is a baller. I'd like to take that back. He is.
What
in
Stones?
I don't support anyone else. I'm John Stones FC.
John Stones FC. I bet he does 2 on Wednesdays.
What's that mean?
I bet he does 2 on Wednesdays.
I think he means that you shag 2 birds up a Wednesday, which is not true.
Ask your ma.
Whoa!
Ma!
Do you shag
When
you
I'm
on Wednesdays?
No, you don't have to come up, man.
Imagine she comes in and goes, yeah, that's true.
No way did he say that in the stream.
Bit of a MILF hunter, yeah?
This stream is dead. You know that? We had a good chat. We had a good conversation for like 45 minutes. Now we're talking about fucking Dara's mum.
Yeah, you shouldn't have mentioned the girlfriend thing. That's after taking it down a notch now. Everyone goes, no, these are fighting now. We don't want to watch.
It's good content. It's good content. That's what we'll put it down to. I've never even met her. I don't know her, just to make it clear. I'm only having a go with Dara for the laugh. I couldn't even tell you what she looks like. Renners. She's probably.
I don't know what she looks like. You see me lock screen, man. That's some finish that.
I've never seen her lock screen.
It is.
Go on, you gonna show the audience what she looks like?
No.
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 Anymore.
No, I don't think I will.
I'll make her my Twitter profile picture later if you want to come over and follow
Dominic
me.
Calvert-Lewin ready to come on with 2 minutes left to play.
The Renners will start dropping her texts.
Now.
End this game, man. End this game. Dead.
Harry Kane off, Calvert-Lewin on.
Good finish.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin has an awful haircut. His barnet is disgraceful.
Did you see the video of him doing a slam dunk in England training ground? He's got his hair like not in the man bun. It's just like a big afro.
He has it in the man bun here.
Get Darren's
Yeah, but
missus
he-
on. I bet she knows Grealish is shit.
He doesn't have it in the man bun.
Let's see. She doesn't know Grealish is shit. She knows I rate him. Oh, here comes Jesse Lingard. But I tell you what,
Lingard.
I told her about Rice and Grealish, and she doesn't like them because of that.
And Sterling comes off. Right. So Sterling and Foden are fine. Unless they somehow miraculously pick up an injury.
Man, how you get a cap for playing a minute and a half football?
See, here's a question I've always wondered. Do you get a physical cap?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an appearance.
For every...
I've never seen a cap.
It's an
No,
appearance.
You've never seen a cap.
Do you get a physical cap?
Yes. They're these
A
horrible
physical
looking
cap?
like fabric hats.
Get one with bloody English flag
Come
and the
on,
Queen on
hold
it.
I'd burn
I
that
think
to
they
the
have 3
ground.
lions on them.
I'd
English ones.
burn that.
Ah, fuck's sake, Poland.
Now.
Lads, we grew like 7 or 8 subscribers today. That's a good day, in my opinion.
It's a great day. And hopefully it'll go up a bit more if we make videos. We'll be making 1 or 2 tonight.
1.
Can we get the Leicester preview out of the way tonight?
No, don't have the energy for that, mate.
Oh.
Don't have that in the tank.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
that means we've a podcast and we've a fucking
We always record the podcast the day before, like the day.
Podcast takeaway and a fucking Leicester thing then tomorrow.
What day is the Leicester game? Is it Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah.
So the preview goes up on the Friday then.
Quite a game, is it?
I think so.
That'd be a nice little game. Then Rovers and
So,
Bowls after.
Tomorrow, we've got a
Bowls.
hectic day.
Actually, Hugh, here's an idea, right? Now, you can say no if you want. First Rovers Bowls derby. Do you want to watch it on?
No, man, I'll be drinking for that.
Yeah, so will I. May as well have it on. That'd be funny.
You can stream with Joe if you want on Twitch or something. Don't do it on the YouTube channel.
Right, I tell you what, Joe, me and you on Twitch for the Rovers game. I'm turning them green and white, so I am. Joe, DM me your address. I'll send you a jersey.
I will burn it. I watched your team play. They were fucking horrific.
Oh yeah, wait till you see Bowles play. Fucking state of the cunt.
Oh, he's getting a bit salty now, is he?
I've been salty all stream now. Since I saw that Stones mistake, I've been fuming.
Oh man, that's too
Since international duty started and Ireland decided not to turn up. Boycott Qatar, innit? That's how it goes.
Boycott Qatar 2022. That's why we're not going.
Because we care about human rights.
Yeah, that's
Here at the 1894, we will not be down in Qatar.
Someone tweeted yesterday saying after James McLean scored, they just said James McLean said human rights. Just had seen another the baby meme with just Joe Biden, the baby. Let's go. So shit.
This game is trash. I'll watch it with you, Darren.
I heard
Reynolds, do you know anything about Bows and Rovers? Do you? Do you know anything about the Irish football? I highly doubt it.
Trust me, Reynolds, you don't want to. It's shite.
Oh, trust me, it's a horrible standard of football. But when you're there, what do you think about it? Just go crack being in the stands.
Joe Biden likes kids, I heard.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Please, I beg. Allegedly.
So Renner said. I'm just reading the chat. Allegedly.
I prefer not to speak.
I prefer not to speak.
I'm reading the chat.
You're reading the chat, but we have to put in an allegedly.
Allegedly.
Disclaimer: this could not be true. This is possibly not true.
I don't think Joe Biden or his people are watching this or give a fuck.
Oh, trust me. They're too busy taking pictures walking through the White House.
He's too busy falling downstairs up to Air Force One.
That's funny, though. Did you not see? Have you not seen the amount of pictures Kamala Harris has of her walking through the White House?
No, she loves it, does she?
She loves it, so she does. She makes sure they have cameras set up in every column just to make sure she gets pictures. It's fucking wrong.
Come on, just end the game now, ref. Come on. There's no need. Just let him take a long throw in or whatever the fuck it is, and then just
Harry Maguire own goal will be chef's kiss here.
He probably forgot that he slipped. Oh, for fuck's sake, Renners.
He looks stoned.
It took me a second. That's funny. Because he has fucking he has not amnesia. What's
Dementia.
Dementia. There's I wonder if Paddy Power will give odds on him dying in office.
Fucking hell, Dara. Jesus. Worth a tenner.
Not saying I want it to happen. Far from that.
Worth a tenner.
But no. I put the wife and kids on it. I had to. It was 94. I put the wife and kids on it. I had to. It was 94. Fuck me, that was a dreadful game, wasn't it?
It's over.
It's about to be.
About to be when the referee decides to blow
Poland on the attack! Come on!
Viva la Polska!
What did I say? Forza Polska! They're playing it backwards. Yeah, full time.
Biden is getting you cancelled. Fuck. No.
Oh no.
I was getting an email off Joe Biden tomorrow morning.
He's not even going to remember this if he's seeing it.
He's probably forgotten it already.
Cheers to that, Rennes.
Full time, England 2, Poland 1. No City injuries, just a mistake from John Stones is all we take from that.
But he got an assist, so.
But he got an
Mrs.
assist, so
Brown's bias on gold. Ugh.
all is not lost. All is not lost. Right, let's wrap up the stream, lads. That was
Yeah, we want to get a couple of
football.
videos laid out. We might get onto Minecraft later if anyone's joining the stream.
We're
Maybe.
gonna do a video for Aguero now. Let us know in the Discord if you want to join that. Renners, you're there. Tell us what we should talk about for Aguero. Wrap it up, Joe. Thanks, Renners, for coming in. Thanks to whoever else is watching. I don't think anyone else is. Peace. Love.